Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me.
You are now tuned into the Boxing Voice Radio. Join us every Thursday and Sunday live at 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Boxing Voice. Today is going to be your Robert Guerrero versus David Emmanuel Peralta preview, as well as news and notes. A lot of headlines. Gennady Golovkin in the headlines a lot. His goal still remains the same: unify the division. So the WBO is on his targets after Kell Brook. But he's saying that there are no big fights at 160. Do you feel the same way? Isn't Badu Jack a big fight? He's a WBC 168-pound champion. Isn't James DeGale more popular in the United Kingdom than Kell Brook? He's a 168-pound IBF champion. He's a guy that came to the United States to win a title and defended it versus more notable names in the sport like Lucien Boutte and Andre Durrell, right? What about Gilberto Ramirez? Isn't that a fight that Gennady already wanted at 168, who is now the WBO super middleweight? And Hands of Stone is going to be released this week. We will have one of the actors on the movie who's going to be playing Howard Cosell. We're going to have Rob Schuyler on the show today, one of the actors on the Hands of Stone movie. He's going to be playing Howard Cosell. You guys have to know him, and if not, do a quick YouTube, right? We will also have none other than Virgil Hunter, world-renowned trainer of the year. Virgil Hunter trains Andre Berto. He trains Andre Ward. He trains Amir Khan. And we're going to be discussing with him a couple of new tidbits because it is said that he's going to be training Peter Kid Chocolate Quillen, and also young up-and-coming San Antonio prospect Mario Barrios. So if this is something that interests you, you might as well stick around because we're also going to be discussing Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Davis being up at odds ever since Gervonta was supposed to get that title shot versus Jason Sosa. So again, if this is something that interests you, definitely tune in and we'll get to you.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
You need that fear.
All I'm trying to do is make a stand for something that I truly believe is right. I truly believe it's right. I want to be like you. Come on, man. I'm the face of boxing. I'm the cash cow. I hold the record with you.
My drop, I know my drop, I know my situation. I want to fight.
Production.
But it's going to be very difficult for both of us.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition. We're going to be talking news, notes, headlines, and obviously previewing Roberto Guerrero versus David Emmanuel. So we're going to head over to New Jersey to get to my co-host, none other than Enrique Church.
What's up, man? Yeah, I just want to say I saw a fight too.
Stay focused, stay working my dad. If the people to fight, then I'm going to look for him.
I saw a fight too.
I think you accurate.
Yes. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Yes. Yeah, we here. I'm here. I'm back. None other than Enrique Church. And like Ness said, we got a lot of guests, and I'm just doing my research so I can sound right. You know. 1 2 3. I try to Google and box rack David Emmanuel, but it's not even coming up. So.
Yeah, he's from Argentina, man. So what we'll do is we'll get into the news and notes first, and then we'll get down to the preview this week's fights. So, you know, if you do a quick Google search, there are numerous stories right now in the internet, right, on boxing media and social websites. Gennady Golovkin has been very vocal this week. Obviously, a bunch of reporters headed over to Big Bear to watch him train, him and Chocolatito both. So in this time that they spent with him, obviously questions were asked, and he said a few things, Casual. The most notable, obviously, is that he's sticking to his original plan, and we all know that that plan is to unify and be undisputed unified champ in the division. And he's looking to do that by finally capturing the title that Billy Joe Saunders has. Are you familiar with Saunders?
No, but his name has surfaced a lot on the Boxing Voice. So, and in that sense, yes. But in the ring on television, no, I'm not familiar.
Oh, so you didn't even watch the Andy Lee fight most recently?
Andy Lee fought Billy Joe Saunders. No, I know Andy Lee's name. I seen him fight. I believe he fought Quillen, right? And yeah. So no. I mean, that's why I'm casual. I'm here to learn with the other listeners. But you know, middleweight division unifying sounds great. But there's still no Canelo fight.
Yeah, I mean, sounds great. And you're saying there's no Canelo fight. Now, why is it that you automatically associate Canelo and Gennady?
Because Canelo is all over anything boxing when it comes to middleweight, and Gennady.
What do you mean by that?
Like, you know, there's magazines, Canelo, internet, Canelo took over Mayweather's spot. You know, Canelo.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with middleweight. Middleweight is a 160-pound division. Magazines and Mayweather's
Yeah,
spot.
but isn't Gennady Golovkin a middleweight? And you just said he wants to unify that division or the champ titles?
But Canelo doesn't have a belt in that division. He's not even fighting. He's never fought at 160.
Jesus, I didn't even know that, brother. I thought he was a middleweight. You know what it is? I'm on right now on a ranking. I'm not going to even put whatever channel this is, but Saul Alvarez has 47-1, Mexico, and he's above Gennady Golovkin, and it says middleweight 160. I might be wrong. I don't know what that means.
No, you know what the problem is? That in the past, you have said the website that you're on, and in the past, I told you the website is owned by a promoter. So why won't he put his golden boy on the fucking top? But you just hard of listening.
Nah, I'm just a believer.
A believer in what? A believer in what?
I believed in that website, so I guess that's wrong.
In tainted rankings.
It's tainted. Now it's clear that it is tainted.
Has Saul Canelo Alvarez ever had a fight at 160 pounds?
No.
All right, then. So I don't even understand.
It's crazy because they have the junior middleweight. Oh, this might be all wrong. Gennady Golovkin, Daniel Jacobs, Billy Joe Saunders, Miguel Cotto, middleweight 160 pounders. So this is definitely all wrong. But yeah,
look, Cotto, they might put him in there because he had those fights and he won the middleweight title. You know, I don't know.
Right. So anyway, yeah, Gennady Golovkin, he has a lot of opponents that he could fight at 168. After I looked it up. And yeah, my name automatically connects to two just because that's the next big fight in boxing. And myself, I'm always looking for an exciting fight, exciting names, and a lot of exchange and bad blood. And it looks like, you know, these guys on a professional level are getting along, but deep inside, I'm sure they don't like each other for what name connects to the name. So yeah.
All right, but you didn't say what name, bro. Like you're like, yeah, I like a lot of fights at 168, but who?
Oh, Badu Jack, one of the Darrell brothers, Lucian Butte.
Well, wait a minute. Why would Gennady fight a Darrell brother? Neither have a title.
Right. Well, I mean, who's he fought with a title?
Who fought with a title?
Yo, this is not a topic in my league, man. I'm just trying to learn this with you, but on the real, I'm not with you. Just learn it with whoever's listening that could learn. Gennady Golovkin, 168. The numbers, the weight doesn't bring much names to me, but those names that I know in that division.
Well,
so,
James DeGale is I think he is a credible name in that division. I think.
What about Badu Jack? He's looking good lately.
As well. Badu Jack, right. WBC champion. Carl Froch. I don't like, this is the thing, right? Because the whole point is he's saying that there are no names at 168 that are big fights, and he's saying, I want to unify the division, but in the interim, he's fighting a welterweight, right? So then you're saying that there are not any big fights at 168. So Badu Jack isn't big, James DeGale isn't big, and Gilberto Ramirez isn't big, but you will fight Carl Froch coming out of retirement. So again, you know, like, isn't James DeGale more popular than, let's say, Chris Eubank, or at the very least more accomplished than Chris Eubank, who is a guy that they were already negotiating with? Isn't James DeGale more accomplished? He's an Olympian. I think he won gold or silver. Someone correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. I know he medaled, right? Isn't he more popular than Chris Eubank and Billy Joe Saunders? And if you're fighting Kell Brook now, I mean, you're making a market for yourself in the UK. People are going to know you. So the next fight makes sense. I don't understand, why are his options Canelo, who's never fought at 160 and is a 154-pounder and is now proving to us that he's going to be able to make 154 fighting for a title versus Liam Smith. Carl Froch, who's a 168-pounder but retired, but you want to fight him. Or Chris Eubank, who's a novice and lost to Billy Joe Saunders. Biggest win on his resume is Nick Blackwell, who we only know because he sent them to the hospital. So I'm just saying, I really don't understand, but I mean, it is what it is.
Listen, let me say something. I think what he means by big is by paper, meaning money, a check. So he's after the check now, even though he has said, oh, that's a business fight. He's after the business fights. And you're right about the names that be in there. But I think you're wrong, in my opinion, from where I sit in the arena or in front of the television without my chicken wing, with my entertainment mind on set. Canelo has fought at 154 and at 155. So I don't understand the proof that 154 is the Liam Smith fight. I don't understand what you mean by that. Yes, I do want to see Canelo.
Liam Smith is a junior middleweight.
Right.
That fight is for the junior middleweight WBO title.
But you said that proves
154.
It's only 6 pounds. You said it proves Canelo could fight at 154. Is that what you said?
He makes the weight because he wants the title. He got to make the weight in order to fight for the title.
Make the weight meaning he has to drop down
to 154.
From what weight?
From 155. What he's been fighting at.
That's 1 pound, man. You could lose that over the weekend.
That's my point.
All right. I mean, I thought you were saying that he's trying to struggle to make 154 weight.
No.
On
we
the
don't
upside.
know. Listen. We don't know if he's struggling because he hasn't made 154 since 2013.
Right.
But it is only 1 pound. We've seen him go down to 152 back in 2012 or 13. Right. We've seen him go down to 152 versus Floyd. So, you know, look, I'm sure he can make it. Like, if he's making 155, he can make 154. And again, he has to make it in order for the title to be on the line.
Exactly.
So, obviously, this week in theaters is going to be Hands of Stone. And this is a movie that I want to see. I'm hoping to catch it this weekend since the fights that are on television aren't the greatest. My schedule is going to be free. So thank God for Usher and a bunch of these actors. So this is going to be research. So I'm asking all our TBV listeners out there to go ahead and watch this fight themselves, because we are going to be doing an on-demand episode where we review and discuss all the worst boxing movies and best boxing movies, where we're going to decide which one is the all-time worst and also which one is the all-time best. Now, there are some details, Casual. You cannot bulk all the Rockies into one. It's not a series thing. You know, it's got to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, one-off kind of thing like that. And remember, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button. You know, this is a slow week and we're still bringing you some live entertainment. So do appreciate that. Hit the thumbs up. Show that you like the content. This way more people can find it. Cash, are you going to make some plans, free up the schedule to go see Hands of Stone? You getting
yes.
leggy or what?
No, I'm going to watch that official. I'm that kind of person. I actually thought the movie was out yesterday. I went and saw War Dogs. And I know tomorrow is the release of the film to the public, and I'm going to be there online for Dolo or with the Girlo.
Yeah,
I would also say another thing, a movie that you guys cannot forget, and maybe you could on demand it or whatever. The Fighter, with Mark Wahlberg. That was a great movie. I saw that by accident and enjoyed the entire movie, everything about it.
You know that The Fighter is based on
who was it?
not Gotti,
Mickey Ward.
Mickey Ward.
Yeah, it was a great fight. A great
That was
movie.
a great movie too.
Great
You're
movie.
right. You're right. I really liked the performance actually of Christian Bale in that movie.
Yes. Another thing that
great actor.
Right. Another thing, Christian Bale is a great actor. Another thing that I learned about that movie was I read an interview with Mark Wahlberg and he's one of the producers, and he's like, yo, I want to shoot this fight like that. And they're saying, wow, it's gonna cost us so much money and so much time. And he's like, what? HBO shoots it live for that amount of time. And he went and hired the actual HBO crew to shoot a movie, HBO style fight. So that's probably one of the reasons that it was all eye candy and a great story to me. So I recommend that one. But that's for the show, right?
I'm a big movie guy, so I follow everything Mark Wahlberg does. And when I seen that he got that role, and it was actually him pushing the project too. That was a failed project for numerous years. You know, he kept pushing it and he got some budgeting from HBO for it.
Right.
So, you know, yeah, you got to pick your best, right? So that's definitely in there. I want to remind people, obviously, Gladiator is another good boxing movie. You know, there are a few out there, man. So we're definitely going to touch on that. I want to switch a little bit to Mayweather and Gervonta Davis. For those that don't know, Gervonta Davis is one of Mayweather's newest signings. He's been with him about 2 years now, and they're having a bit of, I guess, differences. You know, I spoke to Team Davis, and officially they're going with Gervonta just being young, right, and acting out irrationally for not knowing how the game works. But according to Ellerby, via Team Gervonta Davis, there is no Jason Sosa fight set. The date of October 22nd is nothing but a rumor. There isn't anything, right? Like, they're obviously have spoken, but they're not saying that they're in negotiations. So, and as far as the messages that Gervonta Davis posted via his social media, Twitter, where he expressed, and this is why the story to me is interesting, and I wanted to share it with our listeners. He expressed, how could I put it? I guess he was a bit upset, and I'll just read it to you. And you tell me, Casual, right? And hopefully the listeners, when they call in, would give us their thoughts on the situation. He says, I'm giving up on a lot of things, and boxing might be one of them. Y'all don't know what I've been going through these few weeks. Shit too much. Floyd, sit me on the shelf. Move from the place that move from the place that got me where I'm at today. That's what's wrong with most that lose. They leave their home. I have a mom to feed. What about that? I have brothers, coaches, loved ones. My city love me, and it will never change. Now, I'm reading this shit word for word, okay? So don't think I'm crazy. This is the way he wrote it, unfortunately. So, obviously, what you can gather from there are stories that I have to say for you. There was rumors that Floyd Mayweather wanted Gervonta Davis to move to Las Vegas and train in Las Vegas. But as you can see from his messages on Twitter, you know, he doesn't want to just pick up and leave. He's got a mother. He's got friends. You know, he's got his coach who got him this far and his grandfather, right? So he wants to make sure that everyone is coming, not just himself. And until that happens, he's not ready to leave. Now, the issue is that Gervonta Davis is from Baltimore, Maryland. And not too long ago, maybe less than 30 days ago or 60, right? And don't quote me on the time frame, but he lost a close friend of his to the streets of Baltimore. So that's when Floyd wanted to intervene and try to get him out of there. But, you know, this kid is a lightweight. He's only 16-0. He hasn't really made that type of money. He's been on TV maybe 2 or 3 times. So obviously Floyd, I mean, maybe they could, right? Who knows? I don't know, Casual. I guess the question to you is, should Floyd take it upon himself to move an entire family to save a fighter on his roster? Like, just because he's Floyd, does he have to go above and beyond? Or is that what the promoter should be doing?
I like that question, but I think of it like this: like, so he lost a friend to the street life, and he wants to leave. Floyd wants him out, but he wants his family to come with him, right? If he was my son, and I would just say this, right? You know, if he dreams to be a champ, he needs to go 100. You know, the phrase hard work and dedication, the mantra hard work and dedication, it got Floyd to where he was. That's what he thought about throughout the entire day. I think, you know, that he should have moved. I think he should go, you know, if he could bring his moms. I mean, they're going to house him, aren't they? I mean, they're giving him a budget to live off of. I mean, I don't know those facts. I don't think Floyd is saying, yo, come over here and live in the shelter. I know he's sure he's going to set him up with an apartment. So I think he should go, man. You know, he dreams to be in the boxer champ. He got to follow a mentor. Floyd is the great mentor, I believe.
According to Team Davis, officially, and I'm using air quotes, they know nothing about Floyd being upset at Gervonta Davis. They know nothing about Floyd shelving Gervonta Davis for not moving to Vegas. That has not been relayed to them. That was simply Gervonta Davis on his social media, which many people don't understand these days and age. Social media is news if you are some form of a celebrity. And we have to keep in mind, this kid was born in 1994, Enrique. He's only 21. Again, mistakes happen in life.
But that's what I said. If that was my son, you know what I'm saying? I didn't say if I was him at 19. I know at 19.
Well, he's 21.
I know at 21, I was making crazy decisions that I would not make now if I saw myself and told myself. So, I mean, he wants to be a champion, right? You got to get a mentor. Your father made mistakes and says, yo, that's the wrong route. You know, go this route. If he's hard-headed.
What better mentor do you want in boxing
than Floyd
Mayweather?
That's what I'm saying. So
so my point is, if you're not paying attention to the face of boxing, to the advice you're getting from the face, you know what I'm saying? That's like being able to go back, and if you're a kid who wants to be a baseball player, being able to go back and have a sit down with Babe fucking Ruth. Like, come on, this is the face of boxing. He's telling you what to do.
Exactly. And come on, you got to know, Zab Judah moved to Vegas. Floyd moved to Vegas. You know, all these champions moved to Vegas.
J. Leon Love, even though he's not a champion, right? But there are fighters that move to Vegas. You're absolutely right. Listen, which brings me to another Floyd Mayweather related topic. You know, and everyone knows that I particularly like Floyd, and I'm not bringing this up to bash him in any way, but I was a bit hurt. You know, I mean, obviously the Olympics was emotional with the Shakur Stevenson loss and his post-fight interview. And then having Clarissa Shields win gold, Enrique, and I didn't even know about this. I mean, this was brought to my attention today, so I wanted to obviously, again, share it with our listeners. What I'm going to be screen sharing here to our viewers on YouTube, and remember, if you're watching this, hit that thumbs up button. It's very important for the visibility of the show, is a tweet directly from Clarissa Shields' verified Twitter. And it says, hey, yo, Floyd Mayweather, can I get some love, bro? Damn, congrats, you feel me? she did win gold twice. And man, I went, you know, I'm very good at social media and the internet savvy. I went and checked. He never responded. And what was even worse was the amount of messages that this one particular tweet got back to her from the public, shaming her, asking Floyd, or should I rephrase that, shaming her in the words that they use, begging Floyd for admiration or some sort of, I don't know, pat on the back. And they really disrespected her in a way that I'm sure it hurt her. And I don't understand why. I understand that this guy, you know, and they obviously brought up all the issues that he's had with women and asking her questions like, why would she seek his approval when he's just XYZ? But what people need to understand, and this is why I'm bringing it up, because no matter how empty that glass looks, it's never empty, the nest, man. It's half full. And Floyd needs to understand he is the face of boxing. He says it a lot. And, you know, for him to go to Rio and do what he did for Shakur, it would be only right. It would have done him wonders had he supported her. She's from Michigan. Anthony Durrell and Andre Durrell were waiting for her in the airport, you know? So he needs to understand that when he says he's the face of boxing, he truly is. And a lot of people look up to him, men and women, you know? And, you know, when you're in that limelight, even if you don't want to be a role model, unfortunately you are. And, you know, I'm just shocked that he wouldn't at least say something like a fucking tweet. It doesn't take much to send back a congratulations, even if you like, you don't want to do anything more than that, or at least a retweet, right? Like, damn, Floyd retweeted her. Because look, this is from today, and she said this 3 days ago, and it only got 54 retweets. The girl only got 16,000 followers. She's a 2-time Olympic gold winner. And I'm glad that on our visual of the tweet, our breaking news icon is covering her avatar, because unfortunately she chose the avatar that I told you about from the ESPN cover, where she's fucking butt asshole naked.
Well, it's
and
funny.
She only got 16,000 followers.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't know. Maybe that's another sign saying, man, she's seeking a lot of attention. I mean, it is a professional photo.
Oh, whoa. She ain't seeking attention. It's a professional ESPN cover shoot for.
That's what I'm saying. But all right, and
Ronda Rousey has a naked fucking cover shoot too.
Yeah, well, I know, but who cares, right? About Ronda in this side of the sport. I don't know, man. The first thing,
Ali did it too. That's what I'm saying when I talked about it the last time. It's like women always want to get naked with gloves on.
I didn't think about it at all, actually. But then the first thought when I saw that tweet, I'm like, why does she care? But then you said, yo, he's the face of boxing. You're right.
Why wouldn't you care, bro? That's
no, I would care. I would care if he did tweet me or congratulate me. I'm like, damn, Floyd hit me up. But if he didn't, I won't take it to social media. That is a little bit embarrassing. Yeah, that's just my opinion, bro.
What's embarrassing that she's asking for his recognition
on social media? Yes.
No, it's not. You see, that's what I'm saying, dog. He's Babe Ruth, man. What are you talking about? How could it be embarrassing to want recognition from the best man in boxing? Like, yo, come on, man. How many people ran up to Ali? How many fighters you think ran up to Ali when they had the opportunity? This don't even make sense right now.
They ran up to Ali. You're right.
He's in sport. He's in.
Man, I don't know what I'm saying. No, I wouldn't. If somebody don't reach out to me, I'm not gonna put it on the gram or on the Twitter. You know what I'm saying? That's what I wouldn't do. So I'm just letting you know.
I hear you, man. But
I'm not gonna be like, yo, Ness ain't sent me the link. I'm gonna go put it on Twitter. And Ness, you know, I'm not gonna do that.
I hear you, man. But
that's all. I'm just saying, you know.
I feel like he knows.
Won the gold.
Yo, he knows he's the face of boxing.
He is.
She knows he's the face of boxing, and it's okay for her to want his recognition.
It is okay, but not on social media.
She's from Michigan. She's a fighter. She's an Olympian. What the fuck? He's over there. You know what? I'm moving on. It is what it is. I just wanted to bring it up. We'll see what the streets think. Remember that number is 1425.
The streets, remember, she won the gold. Remember, she got the gold. She shouldn't be asking. Her hands did all the art, showed the points, and show that what she's worth. If Floyd ain't reach out, you call him on the phone. You don't say it on social media. You saw the backlash she got.
Yeah, Enrique. So won't you call Floyd on the phone?
I can't.
She got his number, and you don't know if she can. I can't believe you stuck on this.
Come on, she in the Olympians, man. She connected. Somebody got to be connected around her.
I'm just
to
proving
somebody.
to you that she not connected. She naked on her avatar with 16,000 followers. Fuck is wrong with you? She not connected.
Damn.
She not popular. She got 52 retweets on a tweet asking Floyd for recognition. I'm showing you the evidence.
She need a
movie. It was
movie.
in his best interest to help her.
She needs a movie.
Oh man,
that's what she needs.
I gotta get the gun out. This guy's out of control today.
Yo, you got your shit on your mind. You think she should get something, but nah.
1-425-569-5241. Press 1. Let me know, is Enrique right? Does Clarissa Shields actually now because Virgil Hunter's on the line, we're gonna ask Virgil Hunter about the topic. Since you
got the gold, Virgil.
Yeah, he knows she got the gold.
I know.
I'm sure. All right, let's see. Where is Monster Piece? There she goes. Monster and Virgil, how you guys doing today?
What's up? What's up? Virgil is here on the phone.
Virgil, how are you today?
How's everybody doing?
We are great, Virgil. Obviously,
Doing
you've
real
been
well.
listening. And we are talking about a tweet that Clarissa Shields tweeted asking Floyd Mayweather for recognition because she won her second gold medal. And we were just tossing it back and forth to one another on whether or not we could come up with a valid reason why he wouldn't recognize her.
Well, this is the first I'm hearing of it. I'm really not on social media that deep, so this is the first I'm hearing of it. Wow, I mean, in a quick nutshell, I guess it's her personal, how she feels about it and her value and worth, and maybe it's coming from a passionate point, a passionate side of her, and maybe it's coming from a business side of her. Who knows, but whatever it is, she's passionate about it. So that in itself will give it recognition, but that's the first I heard of it.
All right. Well, Virgil, man, the reason I really wanted to get you on is because I'm super excited that you are said to be working with Mario Barrios. We did an interview with him in San Antonio, and he said he spent some time with you and that he was just soaking it all in. He feels that the styles really mesh. And I'm just hoping that this is going to be something moving forward since he's such a, hot prospect. He's so big in that division that I feel like he can make a lot of noise, especially now with you at the helm there in the tutelage. What can you tell us about your union with Mario Barrios?
Well, first and foremost, he's a real solid young man, a young man of character and personality. And I do agree with you. He has a tremendous upside, a lot of physical gifts, as well as attributes, that's uncommon in the divisions that he happens to be in. So, I mean, you have to set the bar high for him, and he seems to have the understanding and the drive to reach for that height. Sky really is the limit for him. He's a great prospect. He really is.
Now, it seems like you're going to be extremely busy because Peter Quillen also informed me that you will also be training him. So what do you think you can bring to Peter Quillen? Because he was really at the pinnacle with the fight with Daniel Jacobs. And if he would have got that win, it would have been a shoo-in for Gennady Golovkin. How could you bring him back to that, I guess, level?
Well, right now our union is more getting acquainted than it is actually training. There's no fight on the books or anything like that. He is out there training. So we do have that going. So right now it's just a get acquainted time with him, knowing who he is and finding out what he wants and how he's thinking and things like that, taking it slow. Each situation is different. So that's how he and I are rolling at the moment.
Hi, Virgil. Welcome to the show. I'm Enrique, the casual fan. I don't know every fighter. I do know Peter Quillen, and you just said, right now he's not training. You're getting acquainted. I want to know, like, what questions are asked when you guys are getting ready to join forces? Like, what questions do you ask a guy like Peter Quillen?
Great question. That is, I would like to know that.
Well, usually from my end, it's one, what are you looking for? And then they'll break it down, what they're looking for and what they feel. And from that perspective, that's, I work from that perspective.
Right. Did he tell you what he's looking for so far? Did
pretty
you get
much
there?
what you need to know.
Right. Did you get to that part yet? Did you get to that? What are you looking for?
Sorry, he broke up.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Did he give you that answer, what he's looking for?
I can hear you say, did he give me some answers, what he was looking for?
Yeah, are you still shaping that?
Question?
Yeah, that is the question.
Yes. He gave me some answers. But I don't know if I should disclose them.
That's fine. I didn't think you would.
So the better question, Virgil,
yes. Client privacy. That's client privacy.
Non-disclosure, I get it.
He will. It's a fine line. It's like I'm getting to know him. I don't want to speak too far ahead of our union.
So Virgil, I guess the better
being fair to him too.
I guess the better question.
I'm sorry, Nestor. Go ahead.
Yeah, I said I guess the better question would be.
I don't know why we're breaking up here. Like, okay, I hear you now. I'm sorry, we're breaking up. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I can hear you now.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I think the better question would be, what is it that Virgil Hunter wants to hear from a fighter that wants to train with Hunter? What is it that you need to hear?
Nestor, that's a good question also. And, the answers, I would say in a 5-year frame would probably be different. 5 years ago as opposed to it today. Me personally, I've learned to be really patient. Just depending on how the fighter is coming, and coming, with Peter coming off a loss in his last fight like he did. You change up the pace sometimes, as opposed to someone like Mario, who hasn't had a loss. So, and I can sense that in him. So it's my job to be patient and not pushy, but at the same time build that rapport, because trust me, it's a lot that goes into it when guys come to you off a loss. It is. And each situation is unique. And that's how I experience it,
Virgil, I have a question. This is just on our topic related show. One of the topics today is Triple G 168 has no big fights for him. You know boxing very well. Do you agree with that comment? 168, there's no big fights for him at the super middleweight?
Well, I hear they're talking about Gilberto Ramirez. Is that correct? One other name was in there, I think. Maybe the gal's name might have came up. But at one time it was, and I guess if you look down, it is too, if you bring those names into it, Badu Jack and some of the champions that are up there. But, to be honest, it's probably fights in every division. So, especially going up. So, sure, there's some 168 pounders there. Do you have any in mind? I mean, I had Badu, I had the gal, and I had Ramirez. I can think of those three.
I said the Durrell brothers just for namesake, and people started cursing at me.
Right.
But I do see Badu Jack, and I also mentioned James DeGale. Yeah, I just think that he's saying that, meaning there's no big money in any of those fights. I want the big payday. I want the Canelo Alvarez. That's what I was thinking, but I'm just a casual fan.
Right. Well, you know what? Andre Durrell beat Golovkin in the amateur. So they want to talk about when Golovkin barely edged him in the Olympics, but before the Olympics, Durrell beat him decisively in amateur bout, but they never talk about that.
Good to know.
And barely lost to him in the Olympics. What a lot of people thought he won. But yeah, they're good fights everywhere for him, and it's getting so complicated now, man, that you tend to just shy away from just a lot of the talk, you know, unless it's coming really real, because there's good things coming up in the sport as well. So I think it's going through a transition, and hopefully the transition will be for, you know, the better. But they're good fights out there.
Virgil, do you think that there will be enough time between you and Quillen getting acquainted and the Andre Ward Kovalev camp, so maybe Quillen can do some training in that camp?
Well, Nestor, he's out here training, but as far as him being in Andre's camp for the Kovalev fight, no, he won't be part of the sparring for that fight.
Any particular reason? Is he not big enough? Any reason why? Is it because he's been out the ring too long and he won't be useful?
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. It's just that I have the ones I want picked already. So I didn't even have to go down that far in the order. But I wouldn't say that.
Okay, and since we're on the topic of that fight, there still aren't any tickets available. Are we in jeopardy here?
And then that's, to be honest, I'm not on the ticketing end. So you're asking the wrong person when it comes to the tickets. This is the first I've heard of this.
Wow.
Right here on your show. So I'm the last getting the news. So as far as I know, the fights will go.
Okay, well,
I haven't heard any difference.
Hey, Virgil.
I'll tell you that.
Virgil, I have another question. What's up with Andre Bertho? He's coming to the gym hitting the mitts, because there's rumors. I know you say you're not big on the social media, but there's rumors that a fight is going to be announced soon for Andre Bertho. Is he there in preparation, hitting mitts, et cetera, et cetera? Is he coming to your gym seeing
by hitting the mitts? Is that what you
No. I mean just saying hitting the mitts. I mean, yeah, I'm sorry. I mean more like, is he coming to the gym?
Is he
working out? Is he training?
Is he training? That's all. You got to understand, he's the casual fan.
Yes. Yes.
Who's he prepping for, man?
Yes. He came to the gym this week.
So how do you see that fight playing out? How do you see that fight playing out with Bertho and Garcia anyway?
Well, it hasn't been announced yet, has it?
No, but I mean, this is hypothetical.
But, I mean, if it is announced and the fight does, yeah. You know, I give Andre a great shot in any fight he's in. I think he's picked up a lot, and I think he's learned a lot. And I've learned a lot about him. So he's going to be competitive, and he's going to come prepared. So like, you always give him a shot.
I have one more question. Errol Spence, what do you think about him? Is he really a hard hitter, or is he just fighting guys that can easily be knocked out?
No, he wears you down, man. He places his punches well, and he does have power, and he has an IQ. for the type of style he has. He has the IQ for it. He has a sense of what to do. That fight the other night, Bundu came to win the fight. You can tell by his movements. You can tell what his intents were. But Errol using the right selection of punches, being patient, showing his versatility, going back, in, out, over, establishing range, and then coming behind the jab and start dropping the shot. No, he's on his way. It's going to take a good man to beat him.
I love the way that you said that, Virgil. Obviously, you have two welterweights, so it's going to be tough for you to answer this question, but we did do a show not too long ago. It was who is the best welterweight, and the majority of the public picked Earl as their dark horse, as the guy to come out on top when it's all said and done. Do you see it that way, or is Thurman that guy, or maybe someone else? I mean, I know you train Khan as well.
Well, you know what? Keith showed a lot of growth in his last fight with Sean, particularly, handling the pressure and things. He showed a lot of growth. So you have to acknowledge him taking a step up based on that fight alone and the intensity of the fight, because both men had the mind made up they wanted to win. So when you get that type of mindset, and one can't break the other, somebody's going to show what they really made of. So he showed that. But so I mean, he's there for sure. But Spence, the way he's doing it, you have to bring him into the equation. You have to bring him into that circle, the way he's doing it, and then you have to use your own imagination. Based on how each individual fights. So I think it's going to boil down to a skill fight. Each man knows what the other one wants to do.
And Virgil,
so
lastly,
who's going to stop the other one from doing it?
Lastly, last question. We don't want to
keep
you.
Nestor.
No, I heard you perfectly. I was saying last question. I don't want to keep you too long. On this show particularly, because they have me pegged as Danny Garcia's #1 fan, he gets a lot of, I guess, unwanted love, let's say. Unwanted love. Do you see him being competitive in the Thurman fight? Because that is what most of the public wants, him and Thurman to get in there next. Even Earl Spence, who I spoke to over the weekend, wants Thurman and Danny Garcia to fight before he actually gets his shot.
Well, Danny Garcia has proven that in a big fight that he knows how to come through. So that's where I gauge him at. I mean, you can have an off night in any fight, but when it's all on the line, said and done, he stepped up in his moments. And he hasn't lost. So until somebody proves otherwise, you have to put him there.
Well, all right, Virgil, thank you so much for coming on the show.
That's how I see it. You're welcome, Nestor. Everything else okay?
Everything is great. I appreciate you taking out the time, and I'm happy to see so many fighters coming to you. Make sure that Barrios goes to you and stays with you, man. I think that kid is going to be special, especially in that division with that height. Man, I wonder, are you going to end up with his sister too?
I don't know anything about his sister.
Yeah, she's going to be making her pro debut on PBC.
I didn't know he had a sister.
Yep, she'll be making her pro debut pretty soon.
I don't think so, though. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't even know Mario had a sister, but wow, she must be good.
Yep.
But anyway, yeah, I agree with you. He's a special talent, and he could very well be the future. He very well could be.
Well, all right, Virgil.
So once again, thanks, and anytime.
Thank you, and best of luck in all the camps coming up. Monsterpiece, thank you so much. There you have it, ladies
Thank
and
you.
gentlemen. Remember
Round of
that number
applause.
is 1425-569-5241. We just had trainer Virgil Hunter, world-renowned, of course, trainer of the year, trainer of Andre Berto, Andre Ward, now Mario Barrios, Peter Quillen, Amir Khan. Damn, that list is getting long, Enrique.
Yes, it is. Mario Barrios, not to be confused with Mario Mundiga, but definitely a great call. Cool call. Virgil Hunter, that is.
Monster, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
What's up?
What's up, guys? Great interview, great call from Virgil Hunter. I'm really looking forward to seeing Ward versus Kovalev. I just wanted to talk a little bit about you bringing up the whole Clarissa Shields situation. To be honest with you, I'm not surprised that she is having those issues right now. Not issues, I would say, but she's not getting really the recognition from somebody like Floyd. I mean, Floyd wasn't really known to support women. I mean, if we look at his past and his history, he hasn't, and even his present, he doesn't really, sorry about the background noise. I'm actually outside at an event, but yeah, he's not really known for those kind of things. And I'm not trying to, undermine the man and saying that he's a terrible person. This is not what this call is about. I'm just, trying to clarify that to a lot of people and to keep that in mind. Floyd is not the type of person to support women. I never seen him do that. I don't see him do that in his own personal life. So why should he even do that to somebody like Clarissa Shields, who is actually a fighter and who, is doing something more than just shaking her ass in front of him? So I really don't expect much support from him. I think she should have thought of that before even taking out that Twitter. I wouldn't even do that Twitter if I was her. I wouldn't even want it. Why? Sometimes you just got to look at the man and you can right away see for yourself, yeah, this guy's not going to support me, so why should I even bother to even use my fingers for that when I could use it for something else? And it's unfortunate. Mayweather is a great fighter. As a man, it's a whole different story. That's up for suggestions, but it's not who Mayweather is, and that's something that we shouldn't be ever looking forward for him of doing, is supporting a woman. But best of luck to him. Best of luck to her. She's gonna do big things. I hope that boxing world will continue to support her. And also, compared to Ronda Rousey, you can't compare UFC with boxing. UFC has die-hard.
We're not comparing it. We didn't compare it. We compared the
comparing
photo
I'm
shoot.
just saying.
We compared the photo shoot. We compared the photo shoot, not the sport.
World.
But we didn't compare the sport.
I understand, but we're just saying.
Now I was comparing.
Yeah, you're there.
Monster, I was comparing when you said he don't support any women in his personal life or in the ring.
Yeah, but we don't know that because he supports his wife. His girlfriend.
But he's always he retweets or reposts
women that he deals with.
He makeup girls line, that girl Bad Medina. He's retweeting her. He's
well, that's his girlfriend though.
He's retweeting his baby Yaya's mom clothing store.
Again,
that's support.
Again, it goes back to my point. He's supporting women that do that kind of stuff. Not
you said shake the butt, but
not female fighters. Andre Ward went on and spoke about a girl that got signed to Rock Nation. I forgot her name. I think her name is Raquel Miller, something like that.
That's God's son, though.
Yeah, no problem talking about her. You know what I mean? So you can't. It's the truth. Mayweather's just a different person. He has issue promoting his own fighters also. So he's a different type of guy. I wouldn't waste my time. But he's a great fighter. This call is not saying Mayweather's the worst, I hate him. No, he's just a different man, and I wouldn't expect anything less or anything more from him.
Okay.
All right, Monster. Well, thank you for calling in. I'm going to get to some other callers. We about to open up these phone lines, ladies and gentlemen. You know the number is 425 569-5241. Press 1 just one time if you want to talk to me or the casual fan. You want to get it off your chest. You don't like something Virgil Hunter said. You want to talk about the fact that he's training Peter Quillen, Mario Barrios, the fact that he thought that the fight with Andre Ward is still on. He's heard nothing about tickets, even though we can't get them. Or do you want to talk the fact that Gennady Golovkin is saying that Badou Jack, James DeGale, and Gilberto Ramirez are all small fights because they're not big fights? Or you want to talk Roberto Guerrero? I don't know. It's up to you. Let's see. 908, talk to me. I mean,
what up?
You already know what's good.
What up?
What up, Enrique? Yo, Enrique has good questions, man. You have some real good questions for Virgil, man.
Yo, I'm preparing myself now. Before I was off the whim. Sometimes I get caught off guard with hardcores and Nets throwing shit at me. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know about that. You know, that's why I went. That's why I went to Canelo Golovkin. I'm sorry. I didn't know they don't weigh the same.
He was still cutting Virgil all off, like just talking all over him.
Man, Virgil's phone was dropping.
That's the only thing I said. It doesn't matter. That's the only thing I said, Enrique. You gotta just let him finish.
I know. But talk to me, I mean, what's going on? Actually, I need you to answer. I need you to answer all these topics because this is very important to me. I'm already giving him a pass. As far as him wanting Billy Joe Saunders, we knew that he wanted to be undisputed and be unified. But my thing is Badou Jack not a big fight to you? Or James DeGale not a big fight to you? Gilberto Ramirez, is that not a big fight? Like, are those not bigger than Curtis Stevens, than Willie Monroe Jr., than Martin Murray, right? Martin Murray, James DeGale, no, Daniel Gill, like, aren't those names a little bit more achieved, accomplished?
I'll do you one better. I'll play matchmaker, and this will help me discuss Tuesday. I can give him a string of fights at 168. If he wants to fight at 168, let him fight Caleb Plant. If he gets to Calvin Plant, give him Lucian Bute. If he gets to Lucian Bute, give him one of the Durrells. He gets to one of the Durrells, give him Badou Jack. If he gets to Badou Jack, give him DeGale. And then we can start talking about a legendary career. And I said that like 2 months ago. And now I'm starting to think, and Virgil brought it up when he said, yo, and it's not discrediting Golovkin, but with this Durrell thing out there, it's not no big fights at 168. Wouldn't you want to avenge that? You know, big drama show? Make a big drama show if that's what he wants to do? I don't see what he's talking about. There's no fights at 168.
And are you going to be watching Robert Guerrero versus David Emmanuel Peralta?
Definitely. I'm definitely watching that. It's Friday. It's a fight on.
All right. Well, who you picking then? It's actually Saturday the 27th, isn't it?
Is it? Okay, Saturday. I bet. You know what? I got Guerrero. The other kid is the one that fought Mosley. I'm not really impressed by anything he did in that particular fight, so I'm just going with Guerrero. Guerrero's got the good zombie style going on, just moving forward, throwing punches. His dad is entertaining. We'll see what happens.
And what are your thoughts, obviously, on the Tank situation? The tweets have been taken down, but obviously plenty of news outlets picked them up, so those quotes are real. He isn't that happy, and, he doesn't want to relocate without bringing the whole fams with him.
Well, so what we have to talk about a little bit is not really what Masterpiece was saying, but just what we know about Floyd. Like his he is the face of boxing, but his character, I'm not going to throw him under the bus, but his character is a little bit spotty because he should expect the same way Kobe was thirsting for Jordan to acknowledge him. Anybody in boxing wants Floyd Mayweather to give him a nod. You know what I'm saying? And especially for what Clarissa did, she was ballsy enough to come there with the golds from 4 years ago and then double up and then have him hanging. He couldn't throw her a tweet. Even sometimes Floyd does gentleman things and he paid for, a portion of Joe Frazier's funeral and things like that. If he did something behind the scenes, it would have leaked out. Fight Hype would have leaked it somehow, So he has the capability. He's got to have that sort of dignity. You can't run around saying that you are boxing this, that, and the third. If you are, you got to have a little bit of dignity. We don't got to like you. but you got to do some respectful things. And right there is very respectful. We just had Heather the Heat Hardy and the other girl fighting on Friday, on a prime time, on a Sunday night, and then Clarissa came back. Throw a bone for the game. You know what I'm saying? Do something decent. You know what I mean? On the low or even out in the open, you could do that. He can afford to do that. So but again, it's something. So back to Gervonta Davis, he's never been a good judge of character or a manager of individuals around him, because a lot of young fighters, his temperament, he's got some tendencies to where maybe it's part of the issues with women, but he don't get along with strong personalities. And Gervonta is a kid, so you would think as a mentor, or to even if you're going to bring somebody in the midst of you, you can't bring him around you knowing he's a kid and not try to walk him through it. Try to accommodate as much as you can, but then you might have to let him go. But look at what he did with Jay Leon. So what are we talking about? He's not a good promoter. I'm not saying he's not a good person, but he's not good in terms of the other side of boxing.
Don't take it personal, baby, but it's time to go. Great call, and that's exactly how we wanted to go down the line. Everybody answer those questions. Hopefully you have some time left over. Larry, San Francisco, talk to us.
What's going on, y'all? Larry in the Bay Area. All I got for you is the Triple G. I'm gonna play pharmacist right quick. If you took some True Serum, put it in a syringe, and stuck Triple G with it, this is what he was really saying. There's only 2 fights at 168 that are worth me coming up and taking any kind of risk for. That's Carl Froch, which is not going to happen, and DeGale. Even though he said DeGale was not a big fight, he said before that it is, and we all know that it is. However, he's got too much money to make, too much easy money to make at 160 to go up there now. Case in point, Billy Joe Saunders, big money in the UK, easy work. Chris Eubank, big money in the UK, easy work. And as long as he's at 160 still, there's still the possibility of Canelo. So the True Serum in him has him saying, let me hang out at 160 as long as I can. Let me get these belts. I'm going to become the first undisputed since Jermaine Taylor, and possibly get even the biggest payday of all with Canelo. But I'm not going to 168 until I make that money down there. That's all I got. Love y'all.
Oh, Bay Area, I need you to talk about this Tank situation with Floyd and the Clarissa Shields, not him not acknowledging her, not even a retweet. None of that. You don't want to touch it. You don't want to get dirty?
No, I don't have nothing on all that. Right. I'm sure we'll have plenty of callers that want to hit on that.
All right, Larry, thank you for calling in. And we respect that. We respect that. You don't have to hit everything. 5:30, you're up.
Hey, fellas, what's up? It's the Cali Crown Holder.
What up? What up?
Cali. With Virgil Hunter. I think he's the best trainer in boxing right now. Yeah, as far as the topics go, I kind of agree with Larry. I think that there's only really 2 fights that you really would want to see him at 168. And I think he's really holding out for that Canelo fight. And I got to speak up for Casual just a little bit. Because even though Canelo didn't fight at 160, he did hold the title at 160 for a minute. So maybe that's what confused him.
Yeah.
But yeah. So as far as the Floyd stuff goes, man, I don't know why that should surprise anybody. Like, he's shown that he doesn't really value women, and I don't think he really values people in general. I think he just values things. And it goes back to like his family situation with his father holding him in front of a guy holding a gun and stuff like that. I just don't think he values people. And, I know Adrian Broner made a lot of noise about how he was responsible for Gervonta even being in the camp with TMT. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if Floyd distanced himself from him and we just kind of like, he sees Adrian Broner every time he looks at Gervonta.
Well, all right, Cali Crown Holder. I definitely don't think that. I do agree with you that Broner probably made the introduction because Gervonta is from Baltimore, trains at Headbangers. So, maybe Broner brought him to Vegas or something, or had him there during a camp, and that's what happened. But yeah, I don't think that Floyd is mad at Gervonta because he looks at him and he thinks of Broner. No. What about you, Enrique?
I mean, it's possible if there's a true connection, like that's my boy, and now he runs with him. You know, he just came home, got in his ear. Yo, man, fuck that. You don't need to go to the Vegas, man. You out here, you got your family out here. I'm gonna take care of you. You know, it could be publicity.
I don't know about him.
I don't know. I'm just speculating, talking shit, but it's possible if that's true.
All right, 860 Connecticut. Talk to me.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
What up, Connecticut?
First time caller, so
Whoa. You want that intro, right?
How long you been listening, player?
Honestly, for this phone call,
No.
4 minutes.
No.
I appreciate that hour and 4 minutes, brother.
Hold on. Not this phone call, definitely. Just in general.
Oh man, I've been following y'all for a grip. I follow you on Twitter. I called last week. If you go on your company page on Twitter, I mentioned you, and I said when you wait for, I basically waited for almost an hour. Then my pops called me and called me like twice. I thought something was wrong, so I hung up.
Damn. All right, so we're gonna play this first time caller intro, and you already got that enthusiasm intro, so you need to let this out. Let us know where you're from and just introduce yourself. Definitely. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
It is Edwin Javon Rodriguez. I'm from Connecticut, New Britain, Connecticut. Follow me, EJ2Real on Twitter. As far as, let's see the topics. Gennady Golovkin, 168. I think what he was trying to say was there is no fight I want right now other than Canelo. Why? Last year, 2015, Canelo Alvarez wins Fighter of the Year for ESPN, right? Now, that's totally disrespectful. Why? He knocked out one dude, right? Which was,
James Kirkland.
James Kirkland. Then he won a unanimous decision against an old ass Cotto. No disrespect to Cotto, but he fought Sergio Mora, who was really old and had a bad knee, and he fought topsy-turvy Andy Lee, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Like the white kid that couldn't really use his knees at all. He fought like a stick. So Miguel Cotto wasn't Miguel Cotto that fought Mayweather and made him bleed and did all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
And fought
that
Pacquiao.
Year, Gennady Golovkin came to America and knocked out 3 people. All of them, everybody. He's on a 23 knockout run right now. He's knocking everybody out at 160.
Yeah, but they're saying that those are not reputable knockout people.
Right there.
Yeah, but the word is that the people he's knocking out. Sorry, go ahead.
What was that?
I was saying, you said Gennady came in the scene and knocked out everyone, 23 back to back. But, a lot of hardcores are saying, who are those guys? We don't know them. They gave in Trout and Shane.
Well, ain't nobody saying who are those guys. We don't know them. We know them. We just not saying that they top tier.
They don't have that reputation.
Yeah, they not top tier. I'll agree with that. They're not top tier. But me as a person, if I'm in a sport, I want to be the best.
Right.
Kobe, Jordan, Automatic. They never feared the best. When their jersey was called, they need to go and grab whoever the best player on that court is and shut them down. Canelo, he lost that fire. He looks at Gennady in his eyes. I don't think he wants it. And maybe he does want it, and maybe it's an Oscar situation where Oscar doesn't really have too many fighters in the Golden Boy. Other than Canelo, to the casual fan, Canelo is Oscar's world. You lose Canelo to a pay-per-view where everybody in the world is going to buy that pay-per-view. Now with Gennady making a little bit of headlines, making a little bit of noise, Canelo having that big platform that he's on right now, you lose all that, what are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? So maybe that is a reason why this fight can't be made, but there is no way you could put Bandu Jack and say that that's going to make more buys than Canelo Alvarez. If you put Gennady and Canelo on the same card, fighting each other, you can't make any more buys other than that fight right there. That fight right there needs to be made.
Right.
You can make those other fights. You can go up to 168. You can fight those guys. Yeah, but why? If the money is where Canelo is, there's no point in fighting anybody else.
So
absolutely not. Why? Why go up to 168 when you're dominating 160 and you're making another guy honestly look crazy? Because who is Canelo fighting now? Boycott Canelo was actually a trend on Twitter for weeks because of the fight that Canelo taking right now. So he's making Canelo look crazy. Why not stay at 160 and keep fighting all these guys until you run out of names? Who he got left? He got Daniel Jacobs and the other guy, Saunders. That's all you got left as far as title holders, and then you could just clear out the rest of them. Virgil hit a good point though. Cut
it,
skirt. You know what that means, right? First time caller.
You know what that means, and if you don't,
it's just one of them days. Don't take it personal.
We wanted to know about Gervonta Davis too, you know, and Robert Guerrero, you know. But you did great, man. Thank you. Keep calling up.
That's right. And for all those that don't know, each call is timed because we have dozens to get to. That being said, everyone's favorite, Suleiman, the scholar. Hello, good evening.
That's how you doing?
How you doing?
So check us out. To stay on topic. This Canelo, he's a puncher like his big brother, and he got to do some combination punching because if this kid starts boxing like Antonio Margarito, just pumping the jab, staying close, like Wingy was saying, and it's going to be a tough night because they know the guy packs a punch. He likes to load up like his big brother. His big brother lost that fight with Antonio Margarito because he's loading up. So if he does the same thing, he's going to have to improvise. These guys not taking this fight with him just because just to lose. He's going to take it to win because he want to establish himself as a WBO champion.
Suleiman.
If he takes this fight, he's already looking to fight Billy Joe Saunders at 160. That's two British fighters that are probably training in the gym. They're gym rats, so it's going to be hard for him to win. So, everybody's watching him. Everybody likes him, but he's putting himself into a lot of pressure. He got a 7-week cap now, and I don't know what kind of cap he's going to have with Billy Joe. Nobody wants to fight Gennady because he's good, but Gennady should just hold his head and keep defending his belts, and eventually he get one of these guys in the ring and knock him out. He should stay at 160. That girl right there that wanted Floyd Mayweather, she should also understand. She don't know what's in Floyd's mind. Floyd probably is being swamped a lot of things. He's managing a company. He's retired from boxing right now. He got a lot of things going on. Maybe he didn't even see the tweet. Maybe somebody else sees the tweet. You know what I'm saying? So she should just be, maybe all the exposure she's getting in the show now, maybe she'll get that response from Floyd, one of the CEOs like Lloyd Enderby. So she should be a little patient. We cannot judge other people. We don't know what's going through their mind. He's running he's managing fighters. He's promoting. He's doing so many things. Maybe the guy, he sleeps for 5 hours a day. So, besides that, the show's pretty good. Great commenting, and you guys have a fight.
Sully, I wanted to ask you about Gervonta Davis. His dreams to be a champ, he's throwing it all away because he doesn't want to move to Vegas. What you think about that? Should he move? Should he stay home?
Well, okay. You was mentioning that a movie, right, with Mickey Ward, that what he did. Floyd wants to put him in a hotbed of boxing talent. He wants to put him in a place that he could train all year round. That's the place to go. A lot of fighters go to Vegas because they get the opportunity to train all year round, to develop boxing skills that they didn't develop in their hometown. I mean, a lot of fighters now, they're not hitting the double impact. They don't have those skills. So if he goes to Vegas, maybe he could pick up those skills. He's a little slow too. All these fighters that are coming up, they're slow. They load up on their shots. I saw the fight 3 times with Errol Spence and what's his name? Bondu. Bondu fought it harder on that fight. The thing is that he's too small. He got old, and the kid's stronger. The kid was popping with that southpaw punch left and right, and eventually wore him out. But don't sleep on Bondu. Bondu could make a comeback. There's a lot of guys in 147 that he could give him a beat. Cut it.
All right, time to head out to Arizona. We finally got...
Fighting out of Phoenix, Arizona.
Boxing fans, here's Jameson.
Yo, shout out to Casual for asking some good questions. I was listening to that Virgil Hunter interview, and, shout out. You're getting better, bro. And I will say this. As someone who has no phone rhythm, Virgil Hunter has no phone rhythm either, bro. If me and him got on the phone together, it would take us 20 minutes to have a 2-minute conversation. But so I'll say that. But, I guess the lead off of what Suleiman was saying that about Gervonta Davis and Mayweather beef or whatever, maybe it comes down to, look what's happening to Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner was like his prize child, and now he can't keep his life on track because he stays in his house. He stays in his hometown. He can't keep himself out of trouble. We hear about this with like Mike Alvarado talking about how he had to get out of Denver to get better. So I think maybe he's trying to write that path, and I understand not leaving your family, but this is your career. You want to take care of your family. There's sacrifices involved, and maybe that's one of them. So I guess that's all I got to say. I don't want to ruin too much. This is the caller's time, so let's go back to him.
Well, I want to get your thoughts on this Gennady Golovkin recent quotes, how he's saying, we already knew he wanted to unify, so him wanting a shot at WBO champion Billy Joe Saunders is not a problem with me. But what is a bit of a problem is that, when you think about it, I'm starting to wonder, is it just a farce, right? Because if you want to unify, then why are you fighting a welterweight, right? And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, these guys don't want to fight him and things like that. So let's just say they're right. Let's just finally agree with the people that believe in Golovkin and say everyone is afraid of Triple G. So then why stick around 160 if these guys are afraid? I just want you guys to, hear this for yourselves, right?
Floyd Mayweather must stand on trial.
Don't ever compare yourself.
Do you? Oh, you do. You said that you beat Floyd Mayweather. Your dad said you beat Golovkin. Golovkin would destroy me and you on the same night. How about that? Right? He's the only man I know who can beat Golovkin. He's better than Floyd Mayweather Jr. Did you not say you're better than Floyd? No, I didn't. Did your dad say that? No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Now, I just want to direct your attention to something specific.
Golovkin would destroy me and you on the same night. How about that?
Destroy.
Me and you on the same night. How about that? Golovkin would destroy me and you on the same night. How about that?
Golovkin would destroy you and me on the same night. This is Billy Joe Saunders, current WBO champion, the one that Gennady wants to unify with. The current champion is saying he will be destroyed by Gennady Golovkin, and on the very same night, he would then destroy the guy that Billy Joe Saunders already beat in Chris Eubank Jr. Now, this is what the fuck I'm saying, though. Why are we saying this guy is feared, right? Like, he needs to move up now. Like, all right, we believe you. They don't want to fight you. They're afraid of you. So 168 shouldn't be, oh, I'm not moving to 168 because they're not big fights, because Badu Jack is more accomplished, James. So is James DeGale. And now Ramiro's, for that matter, is more accomplished than, anyone down there. Well, not Ramirez is not more accomplished than Billy Joe. Billy Joe has 2 better wins than Ramirez will have until he gets another one. But, what's your thoughts on that? That's my thing.
Well, the key word there is destroyed. He didn't just say he would beat us both in the same night. He said he would destroy us, and that's speaking from the heart. But realistically, if Kell Brook is a big enough 160 fight, James DeGale sure as shit is a big enough 168 fight. Because to me, I think DeGale is more of a household name than Kell Brook is. Maybe not in England, but at least DeGale has a bunch of fights under his belt under the PBC. His Lucien Boutte fight was arguably a fight of the year. We've seen him time and time again perform on a top level. He beat a Durrell brother. And if the winner of him and Badu Jack, I think that's bigger than anything at 160. I think it's definitely bigger than sucking up someone to the 160-pounder again. So, it just doesn't make sense to me. There's only so much. I believed it when he said, I want to unify the division. I want to get the WBC. I want to do that. But how long can that last? Eventually that's going to be a crutch for him to stay and avoid these bigger fights. Because, I am glad that Virgil Hunter brought up Ramirez because I totally forgot that Ramirez was there after that Abraham win. So I think there's definitely more credible names at 168. And if he wants to really cement his legacy, I think moving up to 168 and defeating these fighters and allowing the 168 fighters that are on the up and come up to eventually fight him is going to mean more towards his career than getting the WB or the WBO title against someone like Saunders. And that's not to diminish Saunders. That's just saying great fighters move up. Golovkin's eventually going to need to do it. And if I need to sit and watch all these little bum after bum to start doing it, I'm going to stop believing in Golovkin. I don't want to defend him. There's never really been a point in time you had to defend Golovkin, and now it's coming to that, and that will make me sour on a fighter, and I don't want to have to do it. So move his ass up to 168. Start fighting those fighters. They're more credible anyway. Stop lying to the public and yourself.
All right. I just wanted to get your full thoughts on that. We're going to go to Philadelphia, city of brotherly love. 267, talk to us. You're live on the Boxing Voice. Who's this?
Hey, what's going on? It's Rod.
Rod, what
I
up?
wanted to start off with the what's going on? I want to start off with the Mayweather situation. I think now it's starting to, he's starting to muddy the water, because if you look at the past, he was supposed to, him and Adrian Broner were talking about him signing the Mayweather promotions. That didn't happen. Now they're not friends. Now you see Tank Davis, so I guess since he don't want to move, now he put him on the shelf. And I feel like Mayweather, he don't, besides Badu Jack, all the other fighters he done hyped up, he's kind of let down. Like Mickey Bay, after he lost to what's his name? Mexican guy. Can't remember his name right now. He got knocked out last round. But anyway, he's been letting his guys down. He's been promising these guys are gonna be the best. They're gonna be the top. And he ain't been delivering. So I think it's something personal. It's something personal when when these guys become bigger status. You see it happened with Adrian Broner. Going down his career, Tank's getting a little bit bigger. So now I think he starts to get some type of, I don't know. It's some maybe he never had a brother. Maybe that's what it is. Sometimes he feels some type of way. So I don't know. But with the Triple G situation, I think, they're taking advantage of the fact that he can still make 160 at a somewhat comfortable weight. I never heard them have no problems about that. And they don't want to go up to 168 and have a bigger guy possibly take him out, like a Ramirez, like a Frotch. They talk about it, but I don't know how serious they'd be about it. And then hearing Billy Joe Saunders say that, man, that's a shame. Like, come on, you can't be saying stuff like that out loud for everyone to hear. That makes you seem like some type of bitch.
That you will never see that fight. I was a little gassed that Billy Joe Saunders had something, based off all the name, his name just coming up on the show all the time, and now hearing him say that, it's like, wah, wah, I don't want to see him.
But that's my point, though. Why even negotiate with a guy that doesn't want to fight with you, right? Like, he's never gonna. No offer's ever gonna be good enough if he thinks you could destroy him. He's always gonna turn down the offer.
I think, with Billy Joe, I've been watching him since before the Eubank fight. He be talking a lot of shit, and then ever since he got the title, he talked about, he was supposed to fight a couple months ago. He got an injury or whatnot. I really think he's just holding that title and waiting for the Eubank rematch to build up, and then they're gonna fight it out. I feel like he's holding it hostage because he really don't want to fight. He really don't want to fight nobody. He had Rosado, passed it up. You still got Lemieux over there. I don't know why don't you let Lemieux challenge for the belt.
Yeah, man. We're going to need Billy Joe. He definitely said on the 9 Film London interview that he's going to be fighting in September without a doubt. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like he disappoints me. He talks a good game. I was kind of had my hopes high with him. I thought he was going to be able to back that up, but it's been too long. You beat Andy Lee, but that wasn't nothing super spectacular. Him and Peter Quillen had a close fight, and Chavez already took out most of the fight out of him.
Cut it.
All right, Rod, thanks for calling in. We're going to get to some other callers. Remember, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button, man. We're working overtime over here. We got the whole crew. James is here. Casual's here. We all need some love. 323, I believe this is Santiago. Talk to me, man.
It's a blast from the past, my friend. It is Fernando. How you
Fernando Pimentel, what's going on?
Nothing, man. You know how it is. Just checking out the show, showing my people some love. You know how everything goes.
I know, man. I'm glad you called in. People think I asked you.
No, he didn't ask me, anybody. He did not ask me. Don't worry about it. Me and Ness are still cool. The door is still open for whenever I want to go back to TBV, so do not worry. He did not ask me. No, man, I was just listening to the show, listening to the topics y'all had. Let's get into the Clarissa Shields situation. Look, man, if Floyd is down in Rio and he's showing love to a kid who was favored to win gold and came up short, give love to the woman who actually went out and defended her gold and actually repeated as a gold medalist. We here in America talk about the 2012 team not bringing any gold back, the males, but we forget that she won it in 2012 as a female. You know, show her some love. And for her to reach out in social media, I don't think it's a negative thing on her. I think it's more of a negative thing on the male's part of you because, you know what? I know a lot of trainers, male trainers, that honestly don't give a crap about female boxers. They don't care about female fighters. But when it comes to the UFC, you best to believe they're talking about Ronda Rousey and Miesha Tate, but they don't show love to the female boxers. Females who you know do the sport that they train in. That's mind blowing. You know what I'm saying? That just doesn't work. We need to support every and anybody who is in the sport of boxing, male and or female.
Do you watch female fights?
Wait.
Do you watch female fights, or do you tune into a fight because of female fight, or do you watch the undercard?
Hey, man, I'll be honest with you. I tuned into that Heather Heath Hardy fight. I wanted to see that fight.
I did too, but only because the challenger called the show to follow up and, you know, spit a lot of venom at Heather Hardy, and I was like, wow, I'm interested in that fight. But other than that, I don't really watch fights, women fights, unless it's on the undercard and I'm force-fed it.
Yo, but wouldn't this be the exact opportunity for someone like Floyd Mayweather to take someone like Clarissa Shields, who's coming off 2 gold medals, to drag that and kind of promote it? I mean, he's always come as a businessman to me, and we've seen what, like you guys said in the UFC, Ronda Rousey's been able to do. And we have, I guess, Sinisa Estrada. You have the Heather Hardys making some sort of headway inside the boxing rankings with these women fighters. I do believe that, to me, personally, Mayweather's that dude that walks into a room, he only says what's up to the people that he cares, like, that will actually help him doing something. He's that popular kid. If you can't do shit to him, he's not going to help you out. So I think this is a missed opportunity, and I guess like Ness, man, I think that Shields has all the reason to be pissed off, because I bet Michael Phelps got in-person love. I'm sure some dude who ran the fucking triathlon got some love for a gold medal. I don't even know, but I think that's kind of slighted. She did something that no one since Andre Ward was able to do and get a gold medal in boxing for the United States. How hard is it for a tweet? And let's be real, does Mayweather do all his tweets? I don't think so. He could have hired someone to throw a tweet out and she'd have been happy. I think it's fucked up.
I think you're thinking too deep into it.
There too. Look at what it did to Sinisa Estrada for Roy Jones Jr. out of nowhere in a press conference, just to mention her name. She was an undercard fighter, not televised, and they were at a press conference, and Roy Jones just mentioned her. It did a lot for her here in California, and that was just in the state where she fights at. Imagine if Floyd Mayweather would have tweeted something out about Clarissa Shields. It would have made her bigger than she already is. It would have helped. You know, it helps promote not only boxing but female boxing. And again, whatever we do in this sport, that's exactly what our job is, to promote boxing. When it comes to the Triple G situation, I'm stuck in the middle. I really don't know. I honestly think he'll probably have the same type of problems at 168 making fights than he does at 160. I don't think there are going to be that many 168-pounders that hold belts looking at Triple G going like, you know what, that's an easy victory, let me go after him. They honestly think he's probably going to be a problem, hence why I think he'll have the same problem at 168 getting fights that he's doing right now at 160. The only difference is if he goes up to 168, he's not going to have any leeway. He's not going to have any bargaining chips. He's not going to have any belts. At 160, he holds damn near 90% of them. So why go up to 168 if you're going to have the same problems at 160?
that you're having at 150 getting
Yeah, but if you move up to
with no belt and no bargaining chip.
But if you move up to 168 and you're Golovkin, you bring up that popularity. So, you know, the same way that he was negotiating with Chavez and Ramirez and Frach, his name still holds weight. So going up, you don't need belts.
Yeah, see, that's in Golovkin's point of view. But you're not looking in the view of the champions at 168. What does the Gale gain? What does the Gale gain from fighting Triple G?
Money.
Money.
Money. None of those guys. Listen.
I agree.
Ramirez, Badu Jack, and James DeGale. They never
want that fight. Not money wise though.
But they never been on pay-per-view though.
Pride wise, because he saw what Canelo did.
Yo, Fernando, so imagine that, like, I guess it's exactly what's happened. You have Andre Ward moving up to 175. Andre Ward doesn't have any belts right now. He was the killer at 168. Golovkin comes up. That is your big fight. That's your pay-per-view fight. That's your major fight. So without the belts or not, Golovkin is the name. He is bigger than anyone in that division.
He was already guaranteed the Kingpin at 175. He was already guaranteed the Kingpin, and he was given three pre-matches before that, before he went to Kovalev. You would have to entice Triple G the exact same way. Give him three pre-fights at 168, but you give him the King at 168. Then you'll be able to get him. But you have to guarantee that the champ at 168 won't back out. Kind of like Sergey did with Andre Ward. He guaranteed he wasn't going to back out. All he had to do was win his fight. Same thing with Ward. You have to guarantee them something for them to want to go up there. What was the only reason why Floyd went up to 154? He was guaranteed off.
Cut it. Skirt. Don't take it personal, baby, but we got to keep it moving. We got another 3-2-3. You're up.
Hey, Ness, it's AB.
AB, what up? New phone?
Home, AB.
Yeah, just at work, so calling from this. It's not taking up any battery out of my cell. So, just want to talk about a couple things. There's some disinformation going around, so I just want to clear it for the casual fans listening to the show. So I'm going to start off with that quote, okay, the quote that never happened, that Golovkin never said. You know, it's funny, like the guy can barely speak English, so I see all these articles are just like twisting his words and making it seem to however they want to phrase it.
Hey, AB.
I don't know why. I guess it's just, to get more views. So I'm going to get to that right now, okay, what he actually said.
AB.
And I have the video.
Oh, yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you. Where are you getting?
Yeah, I'll go ahead. I'll send you the Twitter. So the guy from Seconds Out asked him, would you go to 168? And he says, like, for big, 168 for what? For big fight, unification? Of course. Like Badu Jag, James DeGale, Ramirez. He said, his exact words, yeah, for unification, big fight, yes. Not for any fight, but for a big fight. You know what I mean? But he says it, then he goes and says something else, and, quotes are made, and then people don't even realize. Dude, Tom Loeffler is already negotiating with Bob Arum to make a Ramirez fight. That's already known. That they said that if they can't get the Canelo fight, that Ramirez fight would be a huge fight in Texas. Everybody. You ask Loeffler that. He even recently and Abel Sanchez. These are the guys that picked for Golovkin his fights. They would love that Ramirez fight. So I don't understand why people are calling in saying that Golovkin doesn't want a Ramirez fight.
So, AB, talk to me about this. I want the big fight. I want the big names. Who is there at 168? Badu Jack? DeGale? Ramirez?
Well, I think.
Hold on a minute. To me, these are regular fights. These are not big fights. I want big fights. Why move up to 168? Move up to 168 for what? Who is going to fight me there? Which champion at that weight will agree to fight me for a big fight? Right now, I make 160 easy, so I am comfortable here. Look at me. I am regular size middleweight. I don't know, James. Sounds like the fucking way he talks, right?
Sounds like AB's taking one part of it and then using that the same way he's saying that like they twitched words. AB, it sounds like if he said that, sounds like you're twisting that one quote and leaving out the rest of the paragraph.
I'm going off by the video. That was a recent article that was sent. The press conference that he did, that was like, yeah, they asked him a question, why don't you go up to 168? And what he said, there's absolutely nothing wrong with what he said. He said that if I go up to 168 right now, who's going to fight me? And, you know, when you've already been ducked twice by the two biggest stars at 168, Chavez Jr. and Carl Froch, at the time were active, right? I can understand the guy's frustration. Is saying that if I permanently now move up to 168, right, and two guys already ducked me, what's to say that the whole division isn't going to start ducking me? And I have to, and everything that I've worked for my whole career, right, it took me like 4 years to get to this point, almost unify the division. I'm 35 years old. So now you want me to take 10 steps back again, okay, and start all over when I'm 35 years old.
Yo, but AB, couldn't you?
That's basically what it's saying there. And then, wait. And then Seconds, the black guy Seconds out, asked him, would you go up to 168? He said, of course, unification fight. If it presents itself and it's a big money fight and it's offered to him, he'll go up to face DeGale and he'll go up to face Ramirez. But he's not going to go up there to campaign, you know, just for the sake of campaigning at 168, because that's not his weight class. So for a big money fight, he will go up there, and history proves he will go up there because, again, remember
I don't know. I gotta interrupt because you have to send the video, because we have quotes from an interview that was done specifically with Golovkin and Boxing Scene. This is not a press conference.
To you that what he was saying.
Yes, but this. Hold on a minute, because you're saying that you want to explain to us and that you want to educate our listeners, but you're using a video that no one has seen, and your video is saying something directly opposite of this one-on-one interview with one of the biggest websites in boxing. So you want us to take your word for an interview that we don't see or hear and not respect the words of Boxing Scene.
Yeah, Boxing Scene throws quotes left and right. I mean, like, they always get those quotes wrong. You know, anybody knows that follows Boxing Scene knows that when you actually watch the interview, what the fighter says and how Boxing Scene phrases it.
Well, this interview isn't said. This is not saying that this was done by video. It says it was conducted with Boxing Scene. And Radio Raheem did it.
And that's why. And that's what I'm saying. The Radio Raheem interview is the video that they're quoting that based off. And I'm saying the quotes are wrong. Because if you watch the video, after he asks him the question, Golovkin says, of course, for a unification
fight. So are you saying that he did not say any of this? That's what you're saying. He didn't say this.
I'm saying that it's not phrased properly. That he didn't say that he'll never face DeGale. He'll never face.
Well, I never said the words never. I never said the words never. I said what he said, which is.
Yeah, it's phrased it's not phrased properly, because like I said, if you watch the video and read the quote again, you'll see that he specifically says, 168, like, who's there at 168? Yes, of course. He's like, not just regular fighter. And then he says, yes, of course, unification fight, like, Ramirez, Badu Jag, James DeGale.
Well, all right, AB, let's see what the rest of the people say.
I'll tweet it to you, and then I'll send you the I'll tell you like where to watch it. At how many.
Yeah, no, I mean everybody knows who's Radio Raheem. Everybody knows who's Radio Raheem. We'll check it out and we'll see. I guess they come out in flocks, guys. We got MD, another Golovkin night.
How's it going, guys?
MD, how are you, brother?
So I mean, I'm not like AB. So this is the problem sometimes I think people have when they lump anybody who, I guess, is a fan of a good boxer. They think they all think the same way. And I believe Ness, and I believe the quotes that he said that he doesn't want to go to 168 because there's no big fights there, right? And, I want you, like, all you guys to answer this. Like, do you think belts matter?
Yes. Belts matter because
when they matter, that's for sure.
You compete for the belt.
I think the fighter behind the belt is what matters more than the belt sometimes, but the belt is where who the fighter you took it from.
Yeah, well, Charles Martin or Chris Martin had the belt. The Prince, whatever his name is, had a belt, and they chased him, took the belt. Now Anthony Joshua has the belt. It matters.
It matters. Even they're negotiating to or bargaining chip.
Yeah, exactly. So even Manny Pacquiao, who's coming back, right? Manny Pacquiao from losing to Floyd Mayweather is operating through a belt. So besides Floyd Mayweather, belts matter a lot. So at the end of the day, 168, there's not a big name out there. And nobody who watches boxing is going to recommend a fighter to go up and down a weight class, right? So you finish at 160 when all of his options are done at 160, then you move to 168 when it's done. I mean, that's how boxing works. That's how careers work. I mean, James, does that make sense to you?
Yeah, but at the same time, wouldn't you be more poised to be like, so imagine that, Andre Ward was still at 168, and this is hypothetical, obviously, and he didn't have any belts. Wouldn't it mean more to your history books to say you moved up to 168 and you beat Andre Ward than to say you moved up to 168 and you're the WBC champion? I can't tell you the last time that somebody talks about Sugar Ray Leonard, and I'll be like, oh yeah, he moved up to 160 to fight for the WBC belt. No, I say he moved up to fight Marvin Hagler. So for the negotiating tool, yes, and for the money, yes. But if you're fighting for legacy, so I guess it kind of depends on what you're talking about. To me personally, I'd rather a man step up and fight a better fighter than to fight for a belt. To me, belts matter to the fighters, but for me, who has to pay for it, it's the fighter that matters more than the belt.
Except with that, we're still living in the past. We have to look at what's here. And what's at 168 is not an Andre Ward. It's not worth it to leave what you have there at 160. And what you do, like what he has to do, I guess, is go through the WBO to try to get that Saunders fight. Or offer him a money that doesn't exist, because it's not going to be easy to get him in the ring, obviously.
Would you rather, Saunders, let me ask you, would you rather him fight Saunders or rather him move up and fight someone like James DeGale, Badu Jack winner?
Only if they actually fight, the winner of that would actually be, like, in my opinion, the undisputed 168 champion, the best guy at 168. So then maybe. But right now, there's not a fighter like that because I don't think he's coming back. Like, fighters don't go up and down. Like, it doesn't work really in boxing like that. But I just want to say one thing about the Floyd Mayweather Clarissa Shields. It's I think even from a business standpoint, like if he's all about money, it would be smart for him to at least show that he's giving a woman that won 2 gold medals some type of shine. I mean, it's not hard. He doesn't have to actually like women. He could just pretend he does to make a smart business move. That is what I'm actually surprised about. Like, there's nobody in his camp that goes, yo, Floyd, like, you have to give Clarissa Shields, like, a little bit of shine. She tweeted you. Like, it has to be known. And I'm surprised a bigger news organization, like, wouldn't pick this up because news organizations are all about, like, this bullshit, I guess, like.
Forget news organizations.
She was all over, like.
Listen, forget news organizations. No fighter retweeted it. No fighter had the balls to retweet it to get it in front of Floyd's face a little bit more. I went through it's only 54 people cared. No fighter felt the way we felt. No fighter felt that it was shameful for it to go unrecognized. And I'm not trying to be, pointing the finger or be extra critical or anything. I'm just saying, like, she added him. They're from the same town. She does what he does. She won 2 gold medals. He didn't win. I mean, it just fucking makes sense, man. It doesn't make sense to not do it.
It makes sense in the public relation point, but Floyd Mayweather right now is on Instagram hitting that rope, and it says hard work, dedication. So he might be busy, right now.
Like MD said.
How long does it take you to send a 148 character tweet? Period.
How many people followed Floyd?
MD said, he probably got somebody who runs his Twitter. And if he doesn't have somebody who runs his Twitter, someone probably already said, you seeing what Clarissa? Like, don't act like someone ain't telling.
That's true.
Floyd, Clarissa hit you up, bro. Like, you ain't gonna say.
Let me ask you a question though. How many people at Ness you or at Boxing Voice you that you happen not to see?
She just won a gold medal in boxing. She's not you, Enrique. It's not that.
Yo, hey, MD, let me get to some other callers. I'll be back.
All right, man.
Let me see here. Where we stop on the lines? Oh, actually, we still got a bunch on Skype. Calderon was just listening. So was, hey, Umar, talk to me. All right. Well, then we're going to get to what we got here. 5'10", you're up.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what's up? I want to speak on the Triple G thing a little bit. I mean, I like Triple G, and I agree with you. Even though I'm a Triple G fan, I agree that he should move up, but I think Triple G, he don't want to move up because he wants to unify. He wants to get the WBO. Maybe if he gets the WBO, then he'll be more urgently to go, okay, I got the WBO, I got everything, let me move up. But I don't think he wants to do that, but I do think that he should go up, you know, see if he can get DGL to agree to a fight and see if he can get Jack to agree to a fight, because that's what we want to see. We want to see him fight a bigger names. We want to see him fight, you know, more realistic opponents than really Monroes and guys like that, you know, right?
Absolutely.
So, you know, I just think, yeah, that's what he should do. And then what was the other issue? What was the other topics you had? I forgot what the other ones were, so I could hit on something else.
Well, obviously, Roberto Guerrero is going to be fighting this week, so we were talking about that. We're talking about the Floyd Mayweather and Tank situation where he was a bit. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, well, no, I didn't. You know, when I got online, I kind of got into on the end of it, so I didn't hear about that. What was the situation with that?
Well, Gervonta Davis is a fighter that is signed to Floyd, and a few days ago he got a bit public on his social media expressing, I guess, disappointment in the fact that he was feeling like Floyd shelved him because he didn't want to relocate to Las Vegas where Floyd wanted him to live. But, you know, those of us that knew that he wanted Gervonta to move away from Baltimore to be in a better place, you know, to not become a statistic, right?
Right, yeah, I get that. He should have did that because, I mean, in the boxing career, I mean, I could see his side of it where he's like, no, I'm boxing. This is my career, but I want to support my family. And I can see someone being in a situation like that to where they're like, boxing is my career. This is what I want to do. But no, I got, family here, whether it's your mom, your dad, you got kids or whatever. It's like, no, I'm not leaving my family. But on the other hand, someone like Floyd is like, look, I mean, I know you don't want to leave your family. If you move here, I'm going to take good care of you, but you got to get here so you can do more training realistically so you can get more further in your career and maybe you can be a world champion one day. So you got to weigh your options. Do you leave your family that you said you wasn't going to leave when you start getting big? Because maybe he's one of those type of guys that's like, well, I don't care. No matter how big I get, and, I'm not never moving from home. I'm going to always stay here, even if I become world champion. Is he one of those kind of guys? Or is he the guy that's going to say, you know what, mom or family, I got to make this move to become bigger in my career. I'm going to still take care of you guys, but I got to go to Vegas. I'm going to come home when I can, and I'm going to come visit when I can, but I got to make this move so I can be there so I can train 24/7,
Cut it.
Well, that was a phenomenal call, let me tell you, because you're absolutely right. That is the approach that he should take. That is the message that he should tell his family and loved ones. And it's a good plan. You can't help anyone without helping yourself first. So that is a great call. But if you heard that sound, that means you went over the allotted time, so don't take it personal. It's time to get to some other callers. 310, you're up. I think that was 310, right? Yeah.
Hey, you had a lot of good callers on there tonight, man. But I want to say, it ain't no show without an Info Joe. What up, Ness? What up, James?
What up? What up?
Hey, good questions, Casual. Good questions. You're not a casual no more. Hey, I just want to speak on the Gervonta Davis and Floyd situation. Just because you get older don't always mean that you grow up. A lot of times the hood, it puts a lot of pressure on you to stick around and do nothing when you're trying to better yourself. Me, myself, I had to send my son to college in Arizona from out of L.A., from out of the hood, so he could do better. If I can do that, Gervonta Davis should be able to at least go to Vegas to make a whole lot of money. And far as far as the Triple G situation, I used to think that the fight doctor was kind of hard on Triple G all the time, but I'm starting to think he was right on point. That's my call. Peace.
All right, Info Joe.
This portion of the show we call In the Know, presented by my brother,
Mr. Info Joe.
Tell them the truth, go! Tell them the truth!
That's right. Info Joe got his own intro. He got it as an outro, but he will get it moving forward. Just like all of you, right? As long as you become a regular on the Boxing Voice podcast. Remember, hashtag TBV podcast when tweeting on social media or talking on social media about the show. Remember, if you're listening to this on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button. And if you're listening to this in the past, present, or future in the name of Blackface, remember to drop us a 5-star review because it helps with the visibility of the show. And this is a listener-driven show, so drop those donations that we love to ask for because we need it to keep the lights on. 832, you're up.
Hey, what's up, Ness? Casual.
What's going on, brother? Talk to us.
What happened with Clarissa Shields? I came to the show late this time. Sorry.
Well, after she won her gold, she tweeted out to Floyd, "Hey, yo, Floyd, can I get some love, bro? Damn, congrats." You feel me? And Floyd never responded. Via Twitter, she reached out to him.
But my thing is, what did De La Hoya say? What did Golovkin's promoter say?
Well, wait a minute. She didn't directly message any of those men. She messaged the face of boxing, her mentor. She has a picture of herself and Floyd on her Twitter bio. She loves the man. Check her Twitter.
Yes, but my thing is this. But my thing is this, man. You can't get mad at somebody for doing something or for not doing something that you want them to do, but you haven't, they don't really know you like that. Like, he's taking pictures with millions of boxers who strive to be great. And like Layla Ali, what did she say? You feel me?
Again, you can't push it on anyone else. It's no one else's duty because she's specifically talking to Floyd, and he is the face of boxing, not Layla Ali. Not Oscar De La Hoya. He's the.
I take it back, man.
True. I feel you on that. But on the Tank situation, I think that'll work itself out. You said the tweets went down, right?
Yeah, they took them down, but the stories are out. You can't be signed to Mayweather and hide something.
What was the other topics?
Triple G saying that there's no big fights at 168 with guys specifically named Badu Jack. He says is not big. James DeGale isn't big, and neither is Ramirez. To be honest, because I don't want to sound like a Triple G hater, hopefully all you guys made it this far in the podcast to hear me say this. I think it's reverse psychology, James. I haven't said it. I shouldn't have waited this long. But devil's advocate is maybe he's shaming them. Maybe he's saying not even those guys will fight me. Which champion? Because he does say it, right? He does say which champion is going to actually fight me, right? So maybe he's just trying to do reverse psychology.
Badu will beat him now.
Yo, but not to be a dick. I mean, the guy has a loose grasp on the English language. I don't think he has enough to start pulling reverse psychology in the English language as well. Who knows, though? I could be wrong.
Nah, you're wrong.
I mean, but listen, his manager.
I can't understand that nigga for nothing.
But he always has a guy whispering in his ear. I've seen Golovkin dozens of times. The guy that this year appeared because he wasn't around last year. He's one of the Olegs or something like that. It's two of them. They look like twins, and he's always translating for him. So believe me, he's understanding everything that's being said now because that guy doesn't leave his side.
Reverse psychology works in any language, so let's not get that twisted.
Yeah, but if I don't understand Spanish, I'm not about to do some reverse psychology on that shit. I don't want to hijack it. You're right.
Yeah.
Hey, caller, and just to clarify, Layla Ali, yeah, she supported Clarissa and tweeted her, and it's on her profile. So go check that out. August 21st, she did that.
What about Gervonta Davis?
That's my bad, man. That's my bad, and I can admit I'm wrong. I'm not judging you.
And I'm not trying to be judgy either, you know what I'm saying? I'm just presenting the news to our listeners. I know sometimes it comes off as if like I'm pushing an agenda, but look, these are the headlines. We're debating them and discussing them. That's what we do here. Phone lines are open, so everyone can give out their their opinion.
And the shots they took at Floyd, he made 4 champions. Like, what are people talking about? Like, he didn't do much for his fighters. You know, you see Jalen Love and them driving around in badass whips with badass chicks, man. Didn't Jalen get Black China before Robbie?
He sure
Kardashian?
did. He sure did.
So, like, I mean, come on, man.
Oh,
Look,
shit, yo.
Floyd,
hey, yo, Oscar De La Hoya.
But give your credit.
Oscar De La Hoya's tweet says, congratulations, Clarissa Shields, on winning your second gold medal in the women's boxing 2016 Rio Olympics USA Boxing Olympics history. Damn, and his shit got 202 retweets, 596 likes. See what I'm saying? That's the exposure she needs. This
All right,
girl
give me a
only,
gunshot for that.
yo, she only got
I'll take a gunshot for that.
16,000 followers, James. She's got 2 Olympic gold medals, 16 fucking thousand followers. That gunshot is not for my caller, not my listener. That's for Floyd.
Yo, not to mention, if after I'm not a bit,
Money Mayweather.
I don't know shit about football, but I do see LeBron James's tweets every once in a while. So every time there's a Super Bowl champion or every time there's another sport champion, you always see LeBron James say, congratulations to so-and-so, and that's a different sport. We're talking about someone that you idolize. Of course you're going to be heard about it because you're the big name in the Olympics. You didn't just win a world title that's a bum title. You won a gold medal back-to-back for the United States. You know what? So, you got pissed off because you got robbed in the Olympics. Give me some credit for something that you weren't able to do. Let's get some love for that. So, I mean, let's be real. I understand her hardship from it.
Hey, caller, man, thanks for calling. We got to keep it moving. 310, again, another Los Angeles. Hello?
Yo.
You. Oh, this JP, right?
JP from Long Beach.
That's right.
Long Beach in the house.
First I want to say thank you, Ness. Y'all got a new editor over there, and he letting that raw come in. Mario wouldn't let nothing through. But on to Mayweather. Mayweather, I've written about this before, about these types, and it's a personality type, man, and very few of us are like this. And he falls under the same umbrella as a Michael Jordan, a Kobe Bryant. And these people, they'll reach the top of their profession, but at risk of that, they'll risk everything and everybody. Kobe Bryant has been on record saying he's never had a friend. He's never had a teammate to his house. He doesn't talk to his mother and father. Michael Jordan is a complete recluse in some sense. And Mayweather, the same thing. That said, don't expect any normal condolences from these people. One, they never quit being the man. They never stop being the champion. Michael Jordan right now goes out and won't let a kid beat him in basketball at fundraisers. Same with Kobe Bryant. If they go play at the YMCA, they're going to play hard. So Mayweather giving shout-outs to other fighters, don't expect it. And also, this goes into the same thing with Gervonta Davis. When I say they'll give up everything, Floyd went from Grand Rapids living with his...
But he shouted out Shakur Stevens. So is he saying he's sexist then?
He's about money. Now I understand there's money involved in Clarissa, but there's nowhere for her to go now, dude. That's a small arena. Shakur Stevens can come in and we talking money off the bat. So, and the same goes for Gervonta. And when I say these people give up everything, Floyd came from Grand Rapids. He went and lived with some white family, all with a one-track mind, a straight narrow vision of being the man that he is today. And he gave up everything, his father, his mother, everybody. And he's asking of Gervonta to do the same when Gervonta is not willing to sacrifice what Floyd was willing to sacrifice, and that's a lot of times you see these types become coaches, like Magic Johnson. He couldn't coach because they can't understand why you're not willing to sacrifice what they were. So there's always a disconnect with these types. As far as Golovkin goes, I'm in complete agreement with James in regards to nobody cares about belts in hindsight. And this is very simple, man. We keep trying to understand the psychology of Golovkin and this, that, and the other. It's simple. These are shrewd businessmen running a small promotional company in K2. You don't think they understand the money? They don't think they understand, hey, Gennady, you don't think they sit at a table and say, hey, Gennady, you're going to gross this year with investments and endorsements alone $7 million. And guess what?
Damn.
You don't got them, and you don't.
You on fire, caller.
Nobody much that is a freaking threat to you. You don't think they sit down and do those numbers? So, and all the belts have always been to me is a smoke screen. And I love Golovkin. But the belts are nothing but a smokescreen, man, to keep all, because nobody cares. We don't think about Hagler and what belt he held. We don't know the belts, man. No one cares. These are bargaining chips. These are leverage for the company, the promotional companies and the fighters. But we don't care. So you guys just gotta accept. You know, they wanted Floyd to fight for all the guts and glory when he was up to bat. But when it comes now, it's Golovkin. It's a financial shit, and they don't want to acknowledge that though. And it's purely that. It's purely that, man. He's not going to go up there to fight Badu Jack. Why? He can make the same amount fighting what was the guy, Dominic Wade. You know what I mean? This guy's going to make millions fighting nobody, man. And you know, hey, it is what it is. Cats just got to accept it. And that's what I got, man. Shout out to y'all for all the hard work. Love the new editor, man. And, keep it pushing. Let's do it.
Yo, good call, but I think that Casual just ruined half your call in the playback tomorrow for people who are listening to this because he's playing sound bites over the entire thing.
No, that was Ness combined.
Point the finger at me now. Listen, 240 people watching live. Left, right, jab, uppercut. You better hit that thumbs up, man. I swear I see one. Don't even ask. Like, yo, Ness, put down and take a picture. I'm going to jab you right in your stomach. Hey, yo, Ness, let me get a shirt. Hey, yo, Ness, let me get a shirt. A shirt. Boop, boop, boop. You ain't put no thumbs up on the video. Yo, JP, great call, man. Damn it. Yo, listen, and that's what you call unbiased, right? Because he went at Floyd and he went at Triple G, right?
He killed that call.
Both sides of the gate, man. I really like that call. And he was the one that said we needed to start giving out awards. So, speaking of awards, let's hope that Andre Ward actually has a fight and we can have a TBV appreciation night so that we can show some appreciation to someone like JP from Long Beach, who definitely deserves it for being a great call. As you can see in the chat, they're all saying it. So, chat, for speaking up, we're going to remember to shout you guys out, like Pittsburgh Brew, Cut West, and Eric Grimey. Couple of more we're going to get to you guys. We're going to go back to these phone lines.
Yes, wait. I like that. Speaking of Wards, Andre Ward. Oh, that you killed it.
Yeah, I know. You got it in your poem now?
Ward. Speaking of Ward, Ward.
647, I think this T from Toronto. We ain't got no producer tonight. Who's this?
What up? It's T, baby. How y'all living?
All right, T. What's going on, brother?
Hey, man, just listening to the show. Great call by JP. First of all, that Saunders soundbite pissed me off. Son of a bitch. I don't ever want to watch him fight, not never again. As a grown man, you're not supposed to just look at another man and be like, yo, this guy going to dog me. I don't want no parts of him. You either knuckle up and take your ass whooping, or you knuckle up and take your ass whooping. That's it. Give it your best shot. You can't call yourself no world champion or claim that you some sort of real fighter or a true throwback fighter and you say shit like that. That shit was weak to me. But in regards to Triple G, I think him and Abel Sanchez have a mindset of only two fighters really to him matter, and that's Andre Ward and Canelo Alvarez. So he's staying at 160 for two reasons. One, he got to make sure Andre Ward is all the way out at 168. Because if he go up to 168 and Andre Ward is just like, yo, I just went up to 175 to wax Kovalev and come back down, then they have that issue again. You afraid to fight me, blah, blah, blah. It looks bad on him. That's a PR move. The other thing is he's staying at 160 to make sure that Canelo Alvarez comes back up. And he's a full-fledged 160. Now you can't duck him. So I think he's gonna politic at 160 for the rest of his career. I don't think he's going up until he gets a fight with Canelo Alvarez. That's the only way he gonna leave. With the Floyd situation, Floyd looks at people as investments, I think. And he's looking at Gervonta Davis as, yo, this is an investment. I put my money into this kid. I bought him a car, all of that, so on and so forth. I got to keep him under my wing. I got to watch my money grow. I'm not going to let nobody else leave and handle it. Because if somebody blows my money, then that's just a loss. Even though it might be pennies to him in the beginning, Floyd's seeing bigger picture because some can crack. He's a good boxer. He fights aggressive. He knocks people out. People like watching high-action fights. And he could generate a lot of money down the line. But if I can't see you working, I can't see you training, I can't trust that you're not going to turn to no Adrian Broner. Baltimore is not a soft city. There's a lot of shit that goes on there, and he can get tied up in it real quick, real fast. So I don't think he wants him to get involved in any of that. And that's why they kind of toiling back and forth.
Yo, I'm gonna give you the and the because apparently Ness ran out of sound bites. Exactly. This call's been fired. There's no sound bites on this call.
Everybody is capable of having a soundboard. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here interacting in the chat. No, I'm thinking Enrique. Enrique got sound bites. He got coins to give too.
Yeah, I'm working on a sound bite right now that I want to use because of JP's inspiration, and it's one that says perfect, and that was the perfect call.
Perfect. I think I just heard that. Oh, that was from the little video I put out this morning on IG about the girl from the volleyball team. You seen that?
Yes, perfect. I want a Brazilian volleyball player girlfriend.
Oh, she Brazilian. She's amazing.
She's hot.
Yo, she's famous off of losing just from licking her lips. She's all over the Olympic commercials.
Floyd retweeted her for sure.
Get the fuck out of here, did he?
Nah, I don't know.
That would be credit to Masterpiece there, because she says he only fucks with girls that shake her ass. So anyway, caller, my bad. Go ahead, T.
It's all good. It's all good. I think the last thing was what the Shields issue, right? With Shields.
Yeah.
I'm kind of on the fence with it. You know what I mean? But like JP was saying before, like Floyd, it's all about the business for Floyd. Yeah, he can retweet her or whatever and show some love, like whatever any respectable person would do. But for him, he kind of looks at shit like, yo, what's in it for me? Okay, I'll retweet you now. You gain 500,000 followers, let's just say. You start getting all these endorsements, blah, 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 because Floyd Mayweather said something. But I don't get a cut out of it. You don't serve no purpose for me. It's some raw, ruthless shit, and an everyday person would be like, yo, it's something light. Yo, I'll show you some love. You know what I'm saying? Somebody makes a good comment. Next, you get the sound bite. It's not that big of a deal. But for somebody like Floyd, he's like, yo, how can I benefit from this? There's no money in women's boxing. I'm over here trying to Stein Stevenson and the rest of these fighters and make an empire for myself, but I'm going to build you up in the meantime. He's a savage, man. It's just what
cut it. Yo, T, great call, man. Great call. But you was digging in the 5 minutes there.
Give that man the applause for me, because I thought everything he said was on point.
It was, man. We need these alumni, man. T need an intro. We're looking for an official TBV producer to start cranking out these intros for some of these great callers that we got that deserve them. There's been a lot of callers that have been, calling in for years that we haven't gotten around to it. It's just a difficult task, all right? It's not as easy as you think to come up with something cool and creative that you're going to like or dislike, because that's what you guys like to do. Dislike everything, little critical little losers you are. Hit the thumbs up button. 816, you're live on TBV. Talk to us.
Hey, what's going on? It's KC Shells. I don't think y'all on this topic no more, and I hate to bring it up, but I just got through listening to that show, your last show, and I heard that whole Georgie Porgy shit. I just want to get my take on it real quick. I mean, you got all kind of listeners that listen to this show. You got new listeners that come across this shit every day, and all this man do is call in every day and be negative and talk about Ness is biased and Ness don't know what he's talking about and mafia this and all this kind of shit, and then turn around at the end of it and say support the boxing voice. I don't know if this man realized that he's not only hurting the sport by all this negative shit he's spewing, but he's hurting the TBV family and all these new listeners that could be coming across and, being a part of the show, donating money and all this shit. They're getting turned away because the first thing they hear is this dude every week coming on with all this negative shit, man. This shit just gets tiring. How you love the sport and wake up every day just to call in and hate, man. I don't understand that shit. And Georgie, I know you're going to hear this because you listen to every show with your hating ass. Knock that shit out. You hurting the sport. You hurting the family. You hurting this man's business. All these people that could be coming donating money turning away because they're like, oh, well, I don't want to listen to this show. The host is biased and the host don't know what he's talking about and all this shit. And then turn around and say thumbs up and support this shit. Man, get the fuck out of here, bro. That's all I got to say, man. Georgie Porgy, quit calling if you're going to keep hating.
Yo, he just called Georgie Porgy the Donald Trump of the TBV, bro. Is what he just did.
Yo, it's funny, man. That was a good call, yo. 650, you're up. The public is speaking up.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Oh, Victor the truck driver. What's up, my friend?
Hey, what's going on, my friend? I just wanted to call in to say hi, and I haven't left. I still hear you guys. I got a new job. I'm a driver, but I'm a warehouse manager and driver. So, and it's right by my house. It's the same pay, and it's just just different stuff I have to learn. So. I was tired of my old job, man, working at long hours, and I would come home I would start at 7 and come home about 8 or 9, and I was tired of it, man. I moved jobs, so I get off early now, and I listen to your show, man, and just wanted to send you some love, and I'm still around, man, and I'm going to donate, man, because all the shows that you've been putting up, and I appreciate it, man, and I'm going to definitely donate again. I donated not too long ago, but I'm going to donate again because not just you, Wingy, Casual Fan, everybody in your staff. Perfect.
Yo, but fuck James's Twitter.
Just sending you some love, man.
All right, Victor, man. Thanks for calling in, brother, and thank you for still tuning in. We appreciate it. Congratulations on the new job. Unfortunately, it is the same pay. Hopefully, they give you a raise and put everyone on in that new job. Put them on. Let them know about the Boxing Voice. Let them know to tune in and try to convert them into boxing fans.
He should put that on his resume. I listened to the Boxing Voice under accolades. That's what should happen right there. Right. That's the cool card right there, right?
Yo, we need a TBV producer. We could get a nice intro for Victor the truck driver, like. Introducing Victor the truck driver, in a big rig or something, or mix it down with Large Marge. Remember Large Marge from Pee Wee Herman? I don't know. I'm just trying. 951, you're live. Who's this? 951. Compa? Is it compa?
Hey, what's up, Nestor? It's me, compa de Los Angeles.
Compa de Los Angeles. What's up, man?
Downtown LA, baby. Angeles.
Yes, Gopa. Welcome to the Boxing Voice.
Hey,
what's up?
What's Gucci, Casual, Nestor, and James? What's up, man? But hey, Ness, I just wanted to touch on that Gervonta Davis thing, man. Man, I think he has to move out of Baltimore, man. We just seen what happened with Jose Benavidez, man. He got shot in the leg, so I mean,
I know, man. James ain't even update us on that.
Before he was gonna say that, I was gonna bring that up in the chat like 2 seconds ago. I'm dead serious.
His career is in jeopardy too. Like he's gonna make it, but his boxing career might be over. Where'd the bullet land?
Yo, in his leg apparently, bro, and there's a lot of arteries in your leg, and your legs are everything in boxing, everything. So, I mean, you know what, though, I'll tell you what, people talk shit about Jose Benavidez because he had his little close fights with Herrera. He has never been anything other than badass. His entire family, his dad, Jose Sr., David Benavidez, they're so down to earth. They'll spar with you, they'll train with you, they'll hang out and talk to you. Yo, I'm telling you, there's people in this sport that Ness knows, everyone who's ever interviewed a fighter knows. They'll only talk to you when the camera's on. When the camera's off, they'll walk away from you. These guys are real fighters, and they're badass people. I would wish nothing but the best of luck for Jose, and I pray that he gets better. But what's up, caller? I know you were saying what's up.
Nah, hey, James, hey, but Benavidez doesn't even use his legs, though, man. He always fights on the ropes. I'm just saying.
Yo, that's been his style since the amateurs. Since the amateurs, he likes to fight off the ropes. Even he, I'll say, even after what I just said, if he heard that, he'd be laughing right now. He'd be laughing.
Yo, that was a great one-liner, compa.
Hello, hey, but yeah, man, Gervonta, leave Baltimore, man, and I mean, if you're gonna stay over there, man, you know, just be careful. And Clarissa Shields, I mean, yeah, that is messed up. You know, Mayweather should have retweeted her. Hey, but what's up, man? Who's going to the Honda Center this week? I'm gonna be right there, compa de Los Angeles. I'm out, baby. That's it. TBV, thumbs up, support. Yeah.
All right, compa, thanks for calling in.
Yo, Ness, real quick. Last I heard that he was doing okay, to be honest with you. I saw Emily tweeting some stuff. She's close with that camp. She said that he's okay. Obviously, I mean, I don't even know the background of it. I just know he got snuck up on walking his dog or something like that this morning, which is really unfortunate. So.
Yeah, I can't even believe that really happened. Is there can one of you guys do a little quick Google? There has to be something locally in Arizona at least discussing it, because it's at the end of the day it's a crime, right? Was he being robbed? What was going on? How did he get shot? Was it some drive-by, innocent bullet? What the hell happened?
Let me look it up.
Yes.
Yo, because if somebody walks up to you on the street and just sneaks you, it's rough. We'll see. I'll look it up though. I'll look it up.
Let me see. We're gonna go to 703. You're up.
Yo, Didi.
Oh, you know what? Sorry, 703. Steven Calderon, my bad. Are you busy now? Because I know you were at work.
Yeah, I'm at work. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we hear you.
All right, I just want to be real quick then. For the Mayweather thing, Mayweather lives in a different type of world. I wouldn't doubt it if he honestly didn't even know who Clarissa Shields was. I mean, he's been asked questions about other people when they're really hot, and he's like, who is that person? Who is that person? And we're all just always assuming he doesn't know, but this is a guy, I mean, he lives in a different world. He lives in Floyd Mayweather world. He's very narcissistic. And because all of us are saying, oh, man, he should retweet, he should tweet back to her, I don't think he will, simply because everyone seems to be, like, recommending that he do it. And Mayweather only does things that he wants to do. He's not going to do shit for other people. He does it for him. For that kid, I mean, he probably identified with him more in the sense that, you know, I once went to the Olympics and came up short.
Calderoni, that airport got your phone sounding like trash, baby. We're going to come back to you.
Ness, wait, real quick, right? Undefeated boxing prodigy Jose Benavidez Jr., who's 25-0 as a pro, was shot while out walking in Arizona early Tuesday morning. But we're told he's expected to survive. FYI, the 24-year-old top-ranked fighter is a rising star in the sport and recently chalked up a high-profile victory over Francisco Santana on the undercard of the Crawford vs. Postal fight in Vegas. Sources tell us Benavidez was out walking one of his pets near his home in Phoenix when he was approached by an unknown man who pulled out a gun and shot him in the leg. The Phoenix PD confirms the shooting and says the victim was transported to a nearby hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. However, one source with knowledge of the situation tells us Jose's injury poses a serious threat to his boxing career.
Yo, that's TMZ. That's
no
TMZ.
arrests
And I just read that he
happened.
got shot twice. I heard he got shot twice. That's what I just read. Well, I'll find out more for you. I could dig around a little bit. I'll give it a little bit of time before I hit up Jose Sr. I got his number. I could talk to him, so I'll get more information for us on Sunday. I just want to give it a little bit. I think it's a little insensitive if I hit him up after a couple months to ask him for this shit. So.
No, of course. And, I mean, look, at this point, it is what it is, right? Like, he's shot, whether it's once or twice, either way, it's not good.
That's the news. That's the news.
You know, it's funny because you're a target, right? And that's kind of like the Gervonta Davis thing, you know? He wants to stick around in Baltimore. People see him sign to Floyd. They see Floyd bought him a little Jeep Cherokee. They think you got all this money. People run down on you. You walking your dog, someone trying to shoot you or rob you, right? So sometimes you got to get away, man.
You just on HBO, they assume.
Yeah, they're going to assume. They're going to assume you're on Showtime, you're getting this fat check. And in actuality, some of these guys getting 50, 60K to fight, and then they don't even fight anymore that whole year. Like, if you're making 60 anyway, you on Showtime, right? I don't even know if you're getting that on Showbox, though. Showbox was like 25, I think.
You know, you got to think about it. The post office man makes around 60. So
Yo, not to mention that the Benavides Jose himself lives 4 miles away from me. So.
Damn.
Eee.
You ain't heard a gunshot?
619. James
What's
Duck.
up? What up? Ali from Dago.
Ali, what up? You made it and it ain't even drive-by.
There you go.
Oh, for sure, for sure. You know, how's everybody doing?
We good, man. What you think about these topics?
Well, with Triple G, man, I think it's kind of some bullshit that he's saying because, I mean, it makes sense. There's not really big money fights at 168, but there's not really big money fights at 160 either. After Brook and Canelo, there's nobody else that's going to bring in a lot of big money, you know. So I feel like, and it's hard to see Danny Jacobs fighting him next or Billy Joe Saunders. So I feel like he should move up, try to fight Badu Jack or James DeGill, Gilberto Ramirez. There's a lot bigger names, in my opinion, there. You got George Groves, the Durrell brothers. You know, there's guys, there's Arthur Abraham. You know, there's guys for him to fight. And I just think that, you know, eventually he has to make that 168 move because everybody's ducking him at 160, you know, unless Laura moves up and fights him at 160. So, I mean, I just feel like he's running out of options. And in my opinion, he should move up to 168 and fight guys in the top 10. And that's pretty much all I got.
All right, Ali. Good call, man. Thanks for calling in. Corey, you got a lot in front of you, baby. It's a lot of people in this. We're going to head on over to Orlando, Florida. 407, you're up.
Yo.
407.
Yo, what's up? What was the questions, bro?
What other questions? What do you think about Golovkin saying that there are no big fights at 168, especially with Badu Jack, James DeGale, and Gilberto Ramirez?
I feel like he's acting like a bitch, nothing else. I feel like he's afraid to fight those guys. I feel like he got to step it up more. He can't be there like calling out Canelo. Canelo's a bitch too, so I don't really know what much to say about that. And there was another, what was the earlier? It was like Clarissa Shields and Mayweather?
Yeah, well, Mayweather is at odds with Gervonta Davis, who's mad at him because he wants him to move to Vegas, but he doesn't want to move to Vegas without his family. And also Clarissa Shields, who won 2 gold medals and, you know, tweeted out to Mayweather asking for some sort of recognition, at least a congratulations, and Mayweather never got back to her.
Yeah, I thought that was messed up. I mean, this girl, she won 2 medals, and she did back-to-back. I feel like he should have shouted her out, but then again, it's none of his business what happens. I don't feel like women's boxing is popping like that for him to actually, you know, try to promote her, giving her any extra promotions, to be honest. You know, Floyd's gonna do what he's gonna do. He got, you know, his old fighters that he got to promote. He might sign what's it called, Shakur. So I don't know. Yo, that's about all I got right now because I'm at work.
All right, brother. Well, thanks for calling in during work hours all the way from Orlando. We got 785 on the check-in. Where you calling from? Who's this?
Hello?
Yes, sir. 785. Who's this? Where you calling from?
Yeah, it's T. Carter from Kansas.
What's going on, brother?
Hey, not too much. Just chilling. Yeah, salute to the show. You guys are doing your thing. Every time I turn on the laptop, y'all be on here.
Thank you, thank you. T. Carter, you said, right?
Yep, T. Carter.
All right. So, what do you think about these topics, man?
All right, well, with Triple G, I mean, it's pretty simple. Everybody's already said it. This dude's just been destroying everybody at 160, and he's been doing it for a while now. So, I mean, he's got to take the next best thing, you know, like, you know, whoever he can get. You know, he needs to give something. You got to give a little to gain a lot. And he ain't really going to be doing nothing probably for the next couple of years except waiting for Canelo. And, I mean, even if he fought Canelo this year, what would he do after that? You know, who's left for him at 160, really? And, I mean, there's only a couple guys at 168, but he's going to have to do something. It's just, yeah, it's getting to that time, you know, and he ain't getting no younger, so I don't know. So yeah, Triple G's
Totally
got to
agree.
step it up. He's got to do something.
What's your thoughts on the Mayweather-Clarissa Shields situation where she won these 2 gold medals? She's asking for Floyd to at least give her some congratulations or a little shout-out. That's her mentor, and no word from Floyd on social media.
I mean, it's kind of messed up, but I mean, it's Mayweather, so you know how he be doing so much and having his mind just on his own shit. You know he ain't gonna always tweet people back. But I mean, you said that they met before. He took a picture with her.
Yes, there is a picture
that's
with
cool.
her.
He at least did. Yeah, I mean, he at least did that. I mean, he at least met her and saluted her that way. But yeah, he could have maybe said something about the gold medal because that was a good accomplishment. But hey, it's Mayweather. You never know what he will or won't do.
Yo, do you think now that she posted that he could actually, just knowing his personality, that he might turn around and fringe and say, what? You know what? Just for that, I'm not posting nothing now. I ain't going to retweet this now. I'm going to ignore it.
Yeah, probably. He probably said that too, You just never know with Mayweather. He just probably didn't feel the need. And I know if Stevenson would have won it, he probably would have definitely said something.
Exactly, man. People, I don't get the people seeing it any different, man. I mean, I think she deserved it, but whatever.
Yeah, she did deserve it, but again, with Floyd, he gonna do what he feels like, and if he was trying to sign her, he definitely would have been all over it.
For sure. Listen, we're gonna get to some other callers. Thank you for calling in. T. Carter, I think he was a first-time caller, but Enrique and James wasn't here, so I couldn't do my thing. 412 might be giving quality, right?
I'm here.
Yes, sir. What's good, Ness?
What up? What up?
What's good? Giving quality.
What's good? Now, what I want to say about Gervonta, you already made it a point. You know he's a target in Baltimore, so there's no point for him to stay there. You got to grow up at some point. You got to go to Vegas if you really want to make that jump. He only got 16 fights. Floyd about to make him a champion in 16 fights. Then you say you don't want to train in Vegas. Don't make sense. We hit on the Clarissa topic. Floyd's doing her a favor by not even answering. She gonna be on the front page of all the news outlets just because Floyd's not answering. So it's still gonna bring attention to her. But honestly, what does Floyd owe her?
True. I mean, I don't think she doesn't deserve it. She does deserve it, I think.
No, it's not about Owen. It's about him being Floyd Mayweather. He's the best at this sport, the sport that she's in.
Ness, do you owe anything to somebody?
But go ahead.
Now, I wanted to know if Ness gonna pay a retweet to somebody because they're like, hey, yo, Ness, shout me out on Twitter. You feel like you owe them? I listen to you all the time. No?
That's right. I mean, shit. I shout Floyd out in the Twitter. He don't respond back to me. You think I get sick about it?
Well, that's different, man. I don't know. I think it's different, man.
You ain't win the gold.
Yeah, man.
Look. I ain't win the gold, but where is she going next? That's the real question.
She gonna go to
female
boxing.
Have a fighter named LaTronda Jones.
I don't know who. I don't watch female boxing, so I can't answer that.
LaTronda, yeah. He's got her.
Yeah, so that's for Monster Piece. He got a female boxer in the camp with the money team. So why would he promote another girl that's not part of the team?
Ooh, that's a good point, because maybe he don't care because he got his girl fighter who he's retweeting.
It's the son. If you already got a girl, get another girl, especially a girl with 2 gold medals. Stop defending the bullshit.
I'm not defending. I'm just trying to get in
the
fog and clear it.
Bullshit. I'm not defending the bullshit. I'm just saying, if she ain't part of the team, you can't give her free promotion. Every fighter
Neither was
in
Shakur
every division
Stevens.
calls this man's name.
Neither was Shakur Stevens.
You're going to hear about Shakur Stevens on the money team for sure.
Yeah, but didn't Floyd go down to Rio to try to sign the young boy?
We don't know that. That was speculation.
He ain't welcome him to the Mayweather team?
I don't know. What did he say?
You gotta wait. That's what
That's
Floyd
what he
suspends.
said. He said welcome. He said welcome, but we don't know if the signing is true since we're hearing all this. Rock Nation may scoop him also, but he put the bid in.
Damn, Rock Nation, man, they better come with them wallets wide open. They want Shakur, cause you gotta come big, cause that's what I'm saying about Floyd and representing the sport. Listen, give it quiet. I'm gonna get to some other callers, but
Wait, Ness.
they want him. They want to be with him because of who he is. That's why Clarissa wanted that respect.
Yes, she did. I like how you said Rock Nation needs to come out with their wallet wide open. Jay-Z was on a radio station and they asked him about people saying, yo, you don't know anything about sports. Why are you involved with sports? And they asked him, what's his opinion on people thinking that? And he's like, well, you know what? Me as an agent, I'm not like the other agencies knocking on the same door, Nike, Adidas, Under Armour. No, we more like a financial advisor. So if you made $46 million and you're broke, 10 years later, then that's your agent's fault. We're about building your brand bigger than what it is, bigger than boxing. We're financial consultants. That's what we're about. So if they sign Shakur, he has a financial managed future. Wallet wide open. No? Nobody?
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. He says, hey, Nesterfield, shout me out, bro. I listen to your show. Thumbs up your show. And even share them on Facebook from time to time. And I give you a good quality of facts from time to time. Laugh out loud. That's what this Clarissa Shields stuff sounds like, bro. You get it?
Kind of, but not really.
But what did Nestor still do? Still shouted you out, Jeffrey. Thank you for listening. Because I do appreciate you.
On here.
See what I'm saying? So Floyd should also appreciate a fellow athlete who won 2 gold medals for his country. That's all I'm saying, but whatever. 903, you're up with me in casual.
James went to sleep.
903 with the wind in the background. Hussein Bolt, what up? 804, you're up.
Can you hear me?
We hear you with a lot of echoes. You got the show playing in the G35?
I mean, I'm on the highway, nigga. You know that, nigga.
Keep your hands on the steering wheel.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
All right, look, man. I got my iPhone earphones in, nigga. I'm iPhoned up. Listen, though, man. I love the show. I want to give a special shout out, yo, to first and foremost to all the boxers across the world, yo, that's listening to the show. We love what you do. I'm a boxer myself, so I love everything that they do, you know what I'm saying? And keep doing what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? Don't fucking stop for nobody, you know what I'm saying? And, all I got to say is, you know what I'm saying, it's always Team DSG, you know what I'm saying? And I've been fucking with Danny Garcia since 2011. You think I'm going to go against him now? Shit, hell no, nigga. My favorite football team is the Miami Dolphins, so you know I ain't going to fucking, you know what I'm saying, go for no bullshit, you know what I'm saying? And for all y'all niggas that say I'm on drugs and shit because I talk loud on the fucking, on the boxing voice, check my Instagram, nigga. I'm bigger than half of you fuck boys out there. You know what I'm saying? So let's get that straight right now, nigga. I'm naturally loud, nigga. I'm a
What's
leader.
your name? I want to see you on the gram. What's your name?
But look,
Burley Boys on IG.
Richmond, Virginia.
Okay.
So look, all I'm gonna say is, man, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? I got my amateur record up, you know what I'm saying? I'm 10-4, but I'm still going, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But all I gotta say is y'all look out for my little brother, man, too, man. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Lee Jr. He's in the heavyweight division, and he's already 8-0, all knockouts in the amateurs with headgear. This dude is built like fucking Mike Tyson. I think I posted his picture on my Facebook, Ness, on my Instagram. I don't know, I haven't posted him in a while, but I'll post him with the gloves and shit on. But look, back to the boxing voice. All I gotta say is that I love the show, and that the Triple G fight coming up with Kell Brook,
I really think y'all are in for a lot of shit, yo. I think Kell Brook, I really truly think Kell Brook can pull it off. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I'm willing to bet money on it. I'm willing to bet, you know, whatever on it. You know what I'm saying? And whatever we bet, whatever somebody comes up and has the balls enough to bet me on the Kell Brook and Golovkin fight, because I know it's gonna be people out the wazoo. I know whatever you bet me, you need to do that double. So if you shave your head, I need your girlfriend's head shaved too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's how much of an underdog.
Hey, let me ask you a question, right? You a fighter, so let's just say you got signed to Floyd, and Floyd says, "Dog, I need you to move out of Virginia and come to Vegas and become a full-time committed." What are you gonna do?
First flight, nigga.
All right. Now, let's say you don't know Floyd and you won gold 2 consecutive Olympic fights, right? Olympic years. And now Floyd ain't stand next to you. Are you going to tweet Floyd, "Yo, what's up? Congratulate me"?
I respect the hell out you, Casual. I already know what you're going to say. I've been listening to the show. I'm a veteran. A lot of niggas don't know I've been listening to the show for 5 years. I just started crawling in on the Madonna Broner fight. That's no. But all I'm going to tell you is, Casual, before you even got on the show, I'm going to tell you right now that, you know what I'm saying, I respect what you do, but listen to me, though. Fucking the girl that won the two gold medals, Floyd's going to sign her. You don't even got to worry about it. Floyd ain't got to sign her. So she don't even got to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Al Heyman's looking at this girl right now, like, please be quiet. You got 2 years and you're going to win a belt. Give me 2 years. Give yourself 2 years with me and you're going to win a belt. There's nothing but money from this girl. There's nothing but money in the pros with this girl. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I saw when she was like, "Thank you, Jesus."
And Wolf.
Cut it.
Man, we in drive-by mode now. It's 9:36.
559.
Drive-by.
What's up? Yeah, what's going on, Boxing Voice?
Alex, what up?
Alex Lemon. Yeah, man, what's going on, man? Great show. Great interview with Virgil Hunter. Man, I had to call you guys up. I'm on the road, but I still had to call in, man. Now, about the Gervonta Davis, man, that's a classic of when keeping it real goes wrong, man, because he tried to keep it real, stay in his hood, but, man, Floyd Mayweather, the face of boxing, tells you to come out here and train with me. You got to go over there, temporarily or what, but you got to go give your career a shot, man. You got to give it a shot. Got to go with Floyd. And then on the Clarissa Shields, man, I feel her, man. Mayweather should have give her a shout out or something on Twitter or something, man. I mean, she won 2 golds, first American to do that in boxing, man, and she gets no love. That was wrong. You got to do something about that.
Stay home so long, son.
Drive by.
Yo, your fucking audio clip is longer than Drive By altogether. Real quick, I'll come off of this.
I'm gonna drive by your ass, Jameson.
Yo,
Stay home so long, son.
Drive by.
Yo, let me say this though. I will say the Clarissa Shields fucking tweet doesn't come off as someone that's scorned. To me, it's her calling her out.
No,
Imagine Ness.
She's not scorned. She's asking for a congrats. Like, hey, Floyd.
I don't even think about that. Imagine Ness, if someone was like, "Yo, I love your co-host," and you're like, "Yo, yeah, Wingy and James are badass," and then fucking Casual comes in and goes, "Yo, what's up? What about me?" I don't think he's being pissed off. It's more him calling you out on your bullshit. And that's what I felt that I got from that tweet more than I got from, "Oh, why aren't you hitting me up, blah, blah, blah." It was her more calling him out. That's it.
For sure.
Go back to your 30-minute sound bites.
True.
That's Enrique. 917.
Drive by.
Hey, yo, Ness, what up, though? Yeah, I want to get my picks, man. First of all, y'all want to say one thing?
QB.
I want to say one thing.
Yo, QB.
Yo, it's shaking, boy. I'm here.
Yo, where you been at, man?
Yeah, I can't really hear y'all. Man. What's good? What's wrong with the green, man?
Yo, we hear that.
Hello?
Everybody else heard us, man. What's up?
Oh, y'all did hear me?
Yeah, we
Mayweather is wrong for that, man. You know that. Mayweather badass wrong. He looks up to Mayweather. If he won 2 medals, what's wrong with Mayweather, man? Gold. He got to at least give that girl a shout out. He's an arrogant prick, man. That's it.
QB, are you on Twitter? You should
Yeah, the fight this weekend, I got the Ghost Guerrero and the other boy, Pedro, the one that Roger Hunter he trained. I gotta pick him. You know what I'm saying? And that dude that wanna you know what I'm saying, that Triple G and what's the name fight, man? That's gonna be crazy. He's gonna knock that dude out cold out. He's gonna knock him cold out, and that's what I had to say, man. I know it's your about, man. You know what I'm saying? I got to call earlier, man.
Good call. Good point.
Yo, you know what I missed about QB? Yo, remember last week when Spence fought Bundu? Was it QB that used to call Bundu Bundini, or was that Wood?
I think that was Wood with the Bundini.
My bad. I was waiting for that when he's like, yo, he ain't fighting anybody but Bundini.
Yo, I'm here.
Yo, we about to go to Arizona real quick. 602. Talk.
Yeah, you fleeing those bullets, 602, or what you got?
Jose Benavidez Jr., you got a news on a report for us?
Yo, those bullets are raining.
Mikey Mike, what's up, Castro?
Mike, what's up, brother? I'm here.
What he said,
Mike? What's up, James?
You said it's Mikey Mike?
Yep.
What's up, brother?
First time caller?
Sound like it.
Don't be nervous.
The subject was Mayweather, right?
Mayweather.
Not necessarily. There's a few subjects. Obviously, the fights this weekend. You also have a couple of headlines on Golovkin, Hands of Stone movie, and then Mayweather's turmoil with Gervonta Davis and Clarissa Shields.
Okay. As far as Mayweather goes, I feel he missed a golden opportunity with these to get behind this girl and fix his rap with women, man. And I feel that's the only reason why he hasn't. Because as big as Mayweather was, and when he was in boxing and getting all those pay-per-views, he could have been bigger if he would have been looked up as a role model. Because he would have got endorsements and shit like that, like Nike and stuff like that. He would have been bigger. But all his trouble with women in court, all that shit fucked it up for him. And I think he would have helped himself by just backing this girl. 2-time gold medal winner, and just that's how I feel about that. And
Mikey Mike, we on drive-by, so finish up. I don't want to hit you with the cut it. Go.
Hey, that's what I was about to say that, man. Casio, don't do me like that, man. For real.
Finish up real quick. Go ahead.
I live close to your house, man. Or I might go soon.
Yo, 602 in the building, Casual. You better be careful.
Hey, I walk my dog, right? I walk my dog. I know how it goes in Arizona. Walking your dog. Be safe.
Yo, you'll take a clip to the leg, bro.
Cut it.
Yo, they're gonna Benavidez Casual now. 214, you're up.
Drive by.
Yo, that's the new verb. That's like the new Salka. You're gonna get Benavidez, bro.
214, you wasting time.
Yeah, knock it, brother. Yeah, man. Hey, I wanted to say with the as far as that Mayweather shit go with Gervonta or whatever, man. The kid needs to move, man. All the greats, once you coming up, you staying in your hometown. He needs to get the fuck up out of there. He has a future. You got to protect his future. Sometimes you got to go away from home to make that thing work. And from what I hear, DC or Maryland ain't the place to be right now. And as far as him shouting out, "Oh girl," fuck the money portion of it. Him and women. It's Black Lives Matter, man. It's a black woman that just won 2 gold medals back to back. A shout out is that's the least he can do. I feel like he needs to do that just for the Black Lives Matter. I'm keeping that alive, even though it's done died off. For real. And shit, man. As far as Triple G, he needs to go ahead, kill Billy Joe, and then move up. He's only getting older, and as far as I'm concerned, the only person out that lasts and those weight classes is Floyd Mayweather. He can move up, and he can the frotches, the
That's plenty of fights.
Cut it. Cut it. Skirt.
215, you're up. 256, you're up.
Yo, what's good?
It's good.
Yo,
We here. What's up? We well. We living.
Is Gervonta Davis not getting no love against Jason Sosa or what?
No love?
Sosa's serious if they fight.
No love.
Well, I spoke to the camp. They said they might.
You got?
Wait. I spoke to the camp today. They said it's not set in stone that it's going to be Jason Sosa because Sosa is not even the full. He's not the super WBA. He's the regular. Corrales is the super. So if they get offered the super, they're going to go for the super, right? Because that was like when Mayweather was the champ at 154 and then, you know, fucking Trout was the champ. It didn't matter, right? Like, because Trout was just the regular.
Tank Davis. So if Tank Davis and Sosa did fight on 10-22, would Tank Davis have a shot at that belt? That would be a legitimate opportunity to get the belt.
Man, to be honest with you, I don't know, man, because he hasn't even been on that level, right? Like Sosa, we know that his draw with Walters should be a loss, but at least he was in there with Walters, right?
And he beat Fortuna, but I felt Fortuna was pretty much trash anyway. He has no power.
Whoa!
Awkward, but
Whoa! Easy.
Yo, tell that to Abner Cotto took a dive to try to get out of that fight. Yo, Sosa's not, or Fortuna's not trash, bro.
Oh, this guy's trying to get extra time talking about Dominicans over here. We on drive-by.
Okay, sorry about knocking him out like that, but Sosa does come in very well conditioned. I will give him that. He does, and he has a chin.
Stay on so long, son.
Drive by. 832, you're up.
Whoa, what's down there, baby? Look here, man. That boy Floyd, man, he got to support that young lady, man. He gonna wind up signing that. That ain't even nothing to talk about. She already signed, man. That thing gonna be on PBC before you know it. 2 gold medals? Come on, man. I ain't heard nobody say nothing about the $6.4 million that Spence done put down the other day, you know what I'm saying? What's happening with that? Why we ain't talking about that? We gotta do another show on that, man.
Yo, that's what the on demand is for.
Wait,
it's 2 callers.
Look here though, but look, I got my Lapine on the phone too, bro. This is the first time calling, man. You know what I'm saying? Hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah,
we hear you.
Yo, look at that party line.
Yeah, man, my boy 504 threw me in the game, man. Look, I want to start off by
No gang signs, bro. No gang signs. But go ahead.
You understand? And the reason I'm gonna say that is because when he get in that ring, he give you a show. I want to say I'm happy that Manny Pacquiao got dropped from HBO because I'm tired of seeing these 6 and 7 fights with the same characters. You understand? These fights that we knew people gonna win. You know, I want to see change in boxing, and Al Heyman brought that. I think the PBC stable is on fire right now. I'm a huge Boxing Voice fan, and I'm honored to be on the show tonight.
And we are honored to have you. We can't wait for you to call from your own number and become a regular so we can finally have another New Orleans caller, man. It's awesome. People already asking about your accent in the chat.
Yeah.
Well, they would get you
They call me Slim Franklin. I'm a Keith one Tom Thurman fan to the end, baby.
Okay.
Slim Franklin. Like Benjamin Franklin, right? It has something to do with that Benjamin Franklin.
Man. So shit, man. Why you give me the introduction, man? Let me do the introduction and all that. This, you know what I'm saying? This is what we do over here.
Well, because you had him on a 3-way, but we could do that. You know, I want to hear it. Yo, so he knows the tradition, right? How long you been listening, Slim Franklin?
Man, I've been listening for about a year and a half now.
Oh, yeah, so you already know how this go, right?
And with that intro.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
It's Slim Franklin, baby, live from New Orleans, Louisiana.
Whoa, why every time that intro come in, people get real soft at it? They coming charged up. But when, ladies and gentlemen, coming to the debut, they're like, yo, John Franklin from...
Yo, he didn't even talk like that. And no, it's Slim Franklin. Thank you for calling in. It is drive-by. We're going to get on to some other callers, but we want to see you both call individually so we can get this New Orleans chat line popping over here on the Boxing Voice. 503, you're live. It is drive-by. Talk to us.
Yo, what up, Ness? What's up, guys? This is Host Sway from Low Oregon. Hey, real quick, I know we're in drive-by, but I just want to say, Ness, I got to listen to that one show, and I just want to say, man, don't listen to that boxing troll, man. You know, you work hard for us, and, we always appreciate what you do and, what your team does. So I just want to give up, a shout-out to you, Ness, for working so hard, man. And, that boxing troll, that dude that always calls in, man, if you're always going to be negative, just, don't call in, brother. And that's all I got, man.
All right, Josue. Well,
Yo, Josue, real quick. Yo, hit me up if you've seen any new horror movies lately. We talk about that a lot, so hit me up.
There you go.
All right, I will do. All right, brother.
703, you're up. Seven zero three.
Yo.
12 seconds.
Yo.
15 seconds.
Spit your game, talk your shit. What's up?
Huh?
19 seconds.
Huh?
Yeah.
22 seconds.
Yo, I don't like how you just...
12 seconds.
You just took me off super quick, yo.
28 seconds.
Who's that?
It's last second.
Who's this? 703. Talk to us, man.
Nuts.
He said these nuts.
You still find that funny, Ness?
Oh, yeah. That's funny. He caught me.
Yo,
right?
give him his time. Give the man his time. Yo, we were fucking with him. Give him some time.
Hell no. He said these nuts. 812, you're up. Fuck out of here.
Hey, Ness, what's up, man? It's the TDV chat, man. I'm just getting off of work, bro, so I want to apologize. I don't even know the topic of the show. I know it was Gervonta Davis, so you can just hit me with a few questions, and I'll be out of here.
Let me do it.
Oh, go ahead.
Let me ask you a question, Joey.
Yo, why
Yes,
you want?
I'm-
Why you want?
Yo, he's about to ask you boxer briefs is what he's about to do.
No, Chad, no, let James answer. You ain't my boy.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me like we boys, casual. We boys.
I'm going to see you, Kell Brook, fight night. You know what you got to do.
Yeah.
Nail that belt back.
All right, come on. Yo, so Gennady Golovkin.
Go ahead, Rocket. Yeah, go ahead.
Golovkin's going around saying that Badu Jack, James DeGale, and Gilberto Ramirez, neither one of those guys are a big fight at 168.
Wow, I think Gilberto is for sure. Ramirez from Top Rank is for sure. DeGale maybe too. In the UK, but hey man, everybody's talking slick now, man. You see where casual gets it from, so everybody want to get have something to talk about, man. So I do think that fight with the guy from Top Rank's a big fight though, man. But it's awkward to see Triple G come like that because he's normally a gentleman of the sport. So is it he quoted? Is that him quoted or was it?
That's him.
People talking?
No, that's him quoted, and also this.
The Floyd Mayweather must stand on trial.
Don't ever compare yourself.
Do you? Oh, you do. You said that you would beat Floyd Mayweather. Your dad said you would beat Golovkin. Golovkin would destroy me and you on the same night. How about that? He's the only man I know who can beat Golovkin. He's better than Floyd Mayweather Jr. Did you not say you were better than Floyd? No, I didn't. Did your dad say that? No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
So that is the current WBO champion in the 160-pound division saying that Golovkin would beat he and Chris Eubank Jr. And today, Golovkin said that he's still interested in the WBO title. So, I'm just saying, why should we be interested in watching him unify with a guy who obviously knows he's going to lose to Golovkin and will lose so bad that he would also beat Chris Eubank on the same night?
Man, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, Golovkin, hey, that confidence is riding high right now, man. I mean, it is what it is, man. You know, I wouldn't mind him seeing the Eubanks fight, but he's got bigger problems September 10th, man. That's all I would be worried about right now. You know, these guys want to start overlooking fighters, and that's when they mess around and catch that uppercut to the chin, man.
Yo, so you picking Robert Guerrero in this comeback?
You know what? I'm actually excited about this fight. Not excited for the fight, but I'm glad we got some fights, the triple header. I think Guerrero's gonna win, man. I think he's gonna win. He's gonna probably get one last shot, and they'll probably put him in as a gatekeeper against Errol Spence in the fall, and that'll
Cut it. That is gonna be his shot. If you check, man, there's a lot of talk on the Guerrero camp about Spence. So it sounds like he's walking the plank, right, James? It's like, let me get out in front of it. They already told me I got to fight this kid. Let me look like a fucking warrior, like I'm the only badass that wants to fight him. So the public will accept it because even though we know he's old, it's like, yo, he's the only one that wants to fight him type shit. I don't know.
Yeah, we know that fight's going to happen, so all I could hope is that Robert Guerrero looks good fighting the guy that he's fighting. I don't want him to struggle like he did against Aaron Martinez. I want him to go in there and blow it out. So at least I could tell someone of the casual fans to be like, listen, Robert Guerrero had his slip-ups, but now he's doing a little bit better, so hopefully he does better against Errol Spence. So that's all I could hope for because we all know Guerrero Spence is coming up next.
Let me speak about that. I didn't know that it was coming up next. I just thought Robert Guerrero had some deal to make some money and fight again because he is a name. But Errol Spence versus Robert Guerrero, I want to see that now just to keep continuing to gauge Errol Spence's power. Robert Guerrero, Aaron Martinez dazed him, but he hasn't really ever been knocked out.
Right. With Guerrero right now, it's shit or get off the pot. So that's what it is. So we'll see what he's made of when he fights him. That's what it is. He's in that position. He's not Andre Berto right now. He's worse than Andre Berto because Berto at least had Mayweather. Guerrero, if he loses or even looks bad in this fight, he's done. So he's got to do something.
As well. So,
3 years ago,
this dude that Guerrero's fighting has never, ever fought outside of Argentina. Like, he's making a U.S. debut.
Right, I was looking him up. I couldn't find him. 2
losses. Like, you've already lost twice in Argentina.
I could tell you the guy's name at Chipotle more than I could tell you the guy who's fighting fucking Guerrero.
And oh shit, that was funny. Yo, let me tell you something, right? I get criticized obviously for being biased, but these are one of the things that I don't like. Like, I understand Guerrero needs this. Everyone needs that comeback fight. I understand Guerrero's a name and will feel disrespected to make a comeback fight off TV. But I don't understand Guerrero making a comeback fight as a headliner.
With this opponent.
Sense. Like
Guerrero's last comeback fight against Aaron Martinez was a headliner in front of like 25 people plus his family.
Damn. You know what? Now that you shape it up, I don't like Guerrero fighting Errol Spence. Errol Spence. I don't think it does anything for Errol Spence, to be honest with you.
No, it doesn't. But I think it's like, you know, that one and done. Like, yo, we're gonna serve you up to our young up and coming guy. Like, it's part of the building process. You know what I mean? The passing of the torch type thing. He's gonna retire him.
Guerrero has turned into more of a highlight reel because what they're going to do is they're not going to promote Guerrero. They're going to show you highlights of Mayweather that he's been in there. They're going to show you his how he beat Andre Berto, who's been in there with someone like Mayweather. He's not a fighter anymore. He's the highlight reel, so that's what he's going to do.
They're going to put a few shots when he landed on Floyd, he landed on Danny. Everybody he landed on one or two jabs, and then you know, yo, Errol Spence coming out.
He went 12 rounds with Thurman. He went 12 rounds with Thurman and survived a knockdown. He's tough as nails.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
You know, credit to the caller that said that we need to do a show on Errol Spence doing 6 million views. You know, I wish we would, like, but it was good anyway, right? It's like 6 million people. I've seen some of the negative comments, though, James. I mean, people... Yo, it's like Daniel Jacobs said, boxing fans hate boxing, right? Like, I read things that said, oh, people acting all excited because PBC did 6 million. That's only because people was watching the Olympics. They probably left the TVs on and walked away.
Yo,
That's
but
what
let's
I
be
read.
real. You got to call a spade a spade. That is true in a certain sense. Not 6 million people sat down and said, "I'm going to turn on NBC. Oh, there's boxing. I'm going to watch it." We know that they were watching the Olympics and were like, "All right, I'm watching boxing. We'll see what happens." I don't think people sought after it, but it doesn't matter. He's still got 6 million people watching him. Even if 2 million of those people aren't normal, they saw Earl Spence. It is what it is. They saw what they saw. He had a fantastic performance. I don't think 6 million people sought him out, but still 6 million people saw him. And look what 6 million people does. Look at Michael Phelps. No one would watch him off TV, but because so many people saw him, he's a fucking national treasure. So it matters your eyes. It doesn't matter if they sought you out. Now they did see you, so now you're a star, period.
Okay.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
Dropping that beat.
No, we got one last one that I didn't get to. 559. You know what time it is, right?
Hey, yo, Nick. Yeah.
That's Lemon on the track.
Yo, Nick.
Lemon getting a double call, Lemon? Damn.
Yeah. Hey, I just wanted to say real quick, though.
10 seconds.
Danny Garcia's leftovers, baby. Danny's already did that, man. WBC champ. I'm out.
Hey, yo, how you even going to say that when Earl is on the come up? He's supposed to get guys that other guys have already beaten or
But
fought.
not Robert Guerrero. That's a not a good turn. Robert Guerrero got to knock that guy out in like 2 punches.
Fams.
I'm telling you.
No, I just want you to know that the boxing that you've been watching gave you Manny Pacquiao versus Marquez 4 times.
Right.
Timothy Bradley versus Pacquiao 3 times.
Top rank.
Don't talk shit. Don't talk shit about that fight. Those are great fights. Timothy Bradley's still in the top 5.
It's
Go ahead, drop another one.
It's not about top 5.
Drop another one, Ness.
All those fights were with elite fighters.
You just did top rank.
All I'm saying
You
is
did 3 fighters. Pacquiao, Marquez, and Timothy Bradley. What's another one?
Pacquiao Vargas is worse than fucking Earl Spence versus Guerrero.
No, not at all. Not at all. Vargas has
what are
one
we
loss.
talking about? Because I didn't mention any of those fights to say that they were better or worse than Guerrero.
I said I don't want to see Guerrero unless he knocks the guy out from Argentina in 2 punches against Earl Spence. That's what I said personally because all the information I'm being fed past year and a half. I know boxing now. You can't hit me with that. I don't know shit about boxing.
I'm lost. I don't even know what the fuck he's talking about. I'm lost.
I'm telling
Yo,
you.
I think he's saying that basically he thinks that Guerrero is not a credible opponent, and the fact that Vargas is and Vargas is more of an opponent for Manny Pacquiao. I think that it's about the same, if not worse, for Manny Pacquiao. I think the gap between Manny Pacquiao and Vargas is bigger than the gap between the questions of Earl Spence and someone like Robert Guerrero. I'd rather see Robert Guerrero, Earl Spence than I would Manny Pacquiao versus Vargas.
Right immediately after the Floyd Mayweather fight, maybe. Not after his run now.
Then Guerrero will still give him a fight. I guess that's all I'll say. We'll see what he does on Saturday. I won't say too much. I'll say we'll see what he does on Saturday.
See what he does on Saturday.
Nestor Gibbs, drop that beat.
Yeah. Hey, Oxnard Adrian, where's our Robert Garcia footage? Mikey Garcia's in camp. He might be fighting that dude. What's his name, James? You know those lower weight classes. The Zala, it sounds like Jello, I think. Zalacitin or something, that ingredient.
Oh, Zachichinin.
Yeah, that dude.
Yeah.
Oxnard Adrian.
That's such a good fight. I love that fight.
PBV's own Oxnard Adrian.
I want to shout out some people before you drop that beat, like people in the chat that I thought their chats were good or funny.
Okay, like Sahij Mohamud.
Yeah, Sahih Mahmoud, he's on my list. Eddie P, Jose Lopez 40 ounce. Dr. Mofongo, Peter Washington, Robert Singleton, Timo Combian, and Mega Promotions. So go ahead, you drop the rest, Ness.
Damn, you had a little list, huh?
Little list, because I'm getting
They
to
said little sweet things to you, made your little cheeks blow.
Nah, some of them said some negative shit, and I thought it was reasonable.
Thought it was funny?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jim Jones, right now.
Trying to drop the beat.
Joe Kickass. Joey Cuervo, coming for that green belt. Yeah, I fucked your name up.
I was just about to say, yo, how are you and Ness both Latino and fuck up Latino last names worse than I do? Are you kidding me with this?
Because you really try hard because you have a Latino wife.
Hold on. We got Ben Omar finally is ready. Ben Omar, what up?
I
on
didn't think you was
drive-by?
gonna talk to me. I was just fucking with you, bro.
You on drive-by, too.
Drive-by!
Oh, whoa. East New York? East New York, Newark?
Yeah, yeah. East New York, Newark, half my family.
I am one with the people. I am one with the people.
Sound bites forever.
Yeah, I want to tell Casual, stop ducking these hands, man, because the only time I caught a fade.
Staying on so long, son.
Drive by.
You know what it's like.
Yo, he really ducking you. Yo, he hit you with the cut it already.
Now, go ahead. Let him go. He wanted me at the Gleason's 2 o'clock tomorrow.
Oh, shit.
Yo, Periscope that.
I'm in there.
Periscope that shit.
I'm in there with the fucking. Yo, I got this.
Better yet. Let's go to the Mendez gym and let's do it next Tuesday on my day off.
I want to see that dog pound. No rounds, dog pound.
He need a fat camp first.
Enrique don't sign the contract. Ain't gonna be no Vado on Tuesday. We don't know what he gonna get.
Oh yeah, I ain't fuck with you.
No, I'm on that. You know I'm gonna be on that 1738 Remy Martin. Don't worry, I don't need to be serious for Enrique.
Fuck that from him.
Oh, you gonna get knocked the fuck out.
Hey, he got anything he need. Hell no, Enrique. Tomorrow at Mendez, or we ain't doing nothing.
And that's a negotiation.
We gonna finish these negotiations on Tuesday, on Sunday, your next show, all right?
All right. Okay. Thanks for calling in. Yo, damn, I forgot the name of this Snoop piece of equipment I bought. It would have been dope if you really was gonna spar, man. That would have been dope.
Was like a head camera?
Stabilizer.
Oh.
Another one, because that other one I had, that shit was too heavy, man.
So it's like something you put on the camera on top.
Handheld, but it's for the phone though.
Oh.
But it's the gyro, it's the motorized one. It's dope. I used it the other day. It's really nice. Really.
Yo, people liking that drive-by, the long one, Jameson.
I don't know, man.
No, they're not, bro. Are you kidding me? Yo, listen to the playback of the show in your car. The coins, all that shit. You'll be listening to it, and you gotta roll your windows up because it's so loud coming through the speakers, bro. Yo, it's the coins. The coins are like nails on a chalkboard if you're driving in your car. I'm telling you, they are.
Everybody's coins or Enrique's coins?
Everybody's coins.
No, look. Go, Enrique. Play your coin.
Play your coin.
And now when you listen to this on a drive-by, ladies and gentlemen, tweet me back at NestGTO or Instagram me at NestGTO. This is my coin. And
yo, hell yeah. It's Enrique's.
All his shit is bad. I tell him every episode. He don't.
Yo, real quick, shout out to the chat. You guys keep talking about that. Let's give a shout out though. Oxnard, Adrian Lopez. Shout out to
ducking him. I said his name like 1,000 times. He need to send a Robert Garcia footage. Mikey Garcia's in camp right now.
That's right, yo. Joe Kickass. Yo, Jason Elliott for always being in the chat. Robert Singleton. Daniel Arias. Batman Joe. Boxing. Info Joe for being the man, the myth, and the legend for being in there. Wilson Henry. I was letting you go.
Charles.
Mega Promotions.
I already did him. Nafir Alvarez.
Jim Jones, not the rapper.
Everybody talking about the Luis Ortiz show. I ain't getting no email on that on demand, so holla at me. Or let me get an email on that donation, and I hit you up with an early morning Luis Ortiz show. I'm wondering where he's gonna go though, James, because we don't get James often. Let's ask him some questions now. Yo, where do you think this guy goes now that he's leaving Golden? Well, he's left officially.
It's a question. Yo, when you leave, where do you go? You go to the big screen. Kevin Durant left Oklahoma City to go to the Warriors, so when you leave, you go to Al Heyman. That's where I think he's going to go.
Yeah, but what about the fact that right now the UK is really the hotbed, and him being a heavyweight, Anthony Joshua over there, David Haye over there, Lucas Brown on that side of town as well, even Australia.
Old boy's like 39 years old. He wants to fight for the titles. He wants to get big. I think he's going straight for Deontay Wilder, and I can't wait for that fight. Can't wait for that fight. He goes to Al Heyman because you got all those people in the UK that can mess with Al Heyman. Yo, Al Heyman will mix it up. It's only Golden Boy that doesn't mix it up with other people. It's only Golden Boy right now.
No way he's going straight for Deontay Wilder. Hell no.
Hell yeah, he does.
Listen, if Al signs Luis Ortiz, he means business. But we ain't talking about that no more. That's an on-demand show. When y'all gonna have to pay for that? Listen, I am NestGTO, your host. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at NestGTO, and my co-host.
I am TBV_casual fan on Twitter, and I am at Instagram at Fight Talk. I'm going private, so you better follow me.
Yo, good one by Tony Yayo. He said Frank Warren might sign him, but Warren doesn't have any other heavyweights. Who's Fury with?
I forgot.
No,
Eddie,
Fury's with Hennessy.
Yo, but they all mess with Al Heyman. So anyway, follow me on Twitter at Jameson Rocket, Jameson with the I, Instagram, everything you got, period.
That's right. So who's this? Wilton Henry, good show. Donate and hit the like button. Georgie Porgy voice. That's right. Hit that thumbs up. We didn't even get the 200, man.
We need 200 guaranteed first hour of the show.
I can't even believe we didn't get 200.
Yo, if you're listening to this shit in the future, give us thumbs up. Our last show on Sunday almost got 500. Let's break that record. Let's get 500 easy.
That's right.
You got until Sunday, period.
If Robert Guerrero gets a dramatic stoppage, I'm doing an instant reaction show. That's what we're gonna do.
He needs a dramatic stoppage.
He needs a dramatic stoppage.
Dramatic. First round.
Especially to sell the fight. That's right. Nest the muscle. That's fucking right. I'm road raging like Latimer from what's that movie? Any Given Sunday. They gonna believe me too. They gonna really think I'm on roids now. Yo, when I've been telling Enrique since November to work out with me, right? The other day I go to his house. He's sitting over there looking like panda.
Yo, you know, I'm going to say this again. I got a vasectomy, man. It's been like 2.5 weeks.
You did that? You finally did it?
Yeah.
You can't. Yo, I thought we talked you out of that months ago. What's the matter with you, bro?
So I'm coming back strong with the monster bars.
Yo, give a thumbs up to Enrique's vasectomy. He's not clouding the world with extra kids, I guess. Give a thumbs up out there for the vasectomy.
Wilton Henry says Ness Povetkin.
Yo, I got Nesson too.
Yo, you don't even know. Y'all motivate me when y'all say all that shit because I'm like, wow, because I'm not even doing weights. Strictly calisthenics, pull-ups, push-ups, dips, and now I've been doing this application called Mad Bars, which incorporates a lot of like leg lifts and knee raises and all types of stuff, man. So all natural, bro. And just
I'm gonna jump on that.
Yeah, look, me and Robert Ortiz, Anthony Wilson, shout out to Andre Diacono, he's doing it. A lot of our TBV listeners are doing it on the app. It's called Mad Bars. And, yeah, follow us on Instagram.
Casual, too much info. Casual, thank God. Casual, you got to get the results from the doctor before you cleared. Yo. Yo. Casual, new to... I still
right,
got everything.
I'm out, man. But yo, James, thanks for coming on. Casual, thanks for coming on.
Thank
And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. Because you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with TBV. That
right.
being said, we'll see you guys Sunday, and if not, Saturday, immediately after the Robert Guerrero fight, depending on how good
the stoppage.